Taste your mouth. Taste your mouth. Taste your mouth. Taste your mouth. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. Finish me. Excellent. Kaina. Liu Kang. Ryder. Johnny Cage. Scorpion. Sub-Zero. Sonya. Mortal Kombat.
Bitch made Brian. Bitch made Brian.
Brian, you don't expose yourself, feminine vibe. EVS called you beta, ain't no need to hide. Just stop it, man, don't drag this out. All this drama's only making you doubt. You got a cool comic, yeah, I'll cop it soon. But your behavior won't stop me from dropping that tune. No fake reviews or petty tricks from me. Just do your thing, man, and let it be. This looks dope, can't you see the play? Every second you keep going, more slips away. Potential customers know they ain't gonna stay. While you moralize against someone who won't sway. Beach made Brian. Beach made Brian. Beach made Brian. Beach made Brian.
Heading for indecent behavior. Halt. User. Ammonia levels on your body indicate you are participating in public urination. Please stand by while the orb confirms the exposure of your genitals. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. The orb has decided to grant you mercy.
Okay, let's get down to brass tacks here, guys.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
There we go. Oh, it is time. It's time for the beef. And yet I am rookieless. We will persevere. How are y'all doing out there? Let me know in the chat. Good to be with you. Stalling a little bit. I wanted to play those clips anyway. But Rookie Asshat said he might be late to the stream. That's fine. It's fine. We'll make do. Um, oh, speak of the rookie, and he
You will not persevere without thine.
speak of the rookie, and he shall appear.
Mhm. Count to 3 and say, "Come to me."
Do you feel in charge?
I feel that I persevered more than you thought you did.
You thought the perseverance was your ally.
Yes,
You
I hear
really
that there's a cool new comic book out called Yaira 2.
Yaira, our favorite trans superhero.
It's brilliant.
Did
Brilliant.
you see the thumbnail?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm so glad.
Surprised didn't have a mammoth on there again.
It's
the
really
mammoth.
hard to make thumbnails that I want to, or prompts that I want to with Bing. Bing makes good shit with the AI, but they're always like, whoa, that's dangerous, that's unsafe, can't do that. Like, and it's like, oh, there's this thing called Twitter's
You want to
Grok.
make a black
Never
human,
mind.
You want to make a black human being eating chicken? You can't do that.
Oh, gotta wait for the Google AI.
That'll be great.
Oh man, what a glorious day, rookie. Got my ISOM hat ready. Yes. Aren't you so excited? For only $13, you can get a 56-page comic from the Rippaverse.
Why?
But
I could
why?
wait for it to be $5.
Well, okay, so $5 is 1/7 of $35, what people paid for ISOM. Let me go to
Or I could wait for the next Trinity album.
Let's go to the calculator. Let's see what 1/7 of fuck, how do I I'm trying to think. Fuck, how do I get fractions? I'm lapsing on my mathematics.
Yes, those things you're supposed to
Hey,
remember.
I'm black. It's okay. I have an excuse.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a
one,
functioning fire alarm in your house.
7.
So no
13.
worries there.
That would be what? Doesn't tell me anything.
It's okay. It's
I'm
fine.
like, what is 1/7 of 13? And the AI on Google says, oh, multiply 13 by the fraction, so it's 13/7. And it's like,
Nope.
yeah, but what is that?
What is the number?
uh,
What is the cost?
It's in decimal form. Oh no, 13/7 in decimal form. Looks like $1.85 roughly. That would be 1/7. We're going off the same price tag of the $5 versus 35. It's about for 13, it's about $1.85, which is overpaying, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a good time. Riley's case seems to have been dropped. I think I talked to you about that yesterday.
Yeah, they keep on changing their mind. You know, well, let's take it to court. In fact, let's not take it to court. But maybe
Apparently,
we'll go to court. No, we're not going to court.
Apparently, the warehouse people subpoenaed, Rippaverse employees subpoenaed, got theirs, but Eric was dodging his or not responding. That's what I'm gathering. Which seems weird, given that he is the star victim. So he's dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Very weird. Very weird. Could still happen. They could refile appropriately, but it's all hinging on the law that seems unconstitutional. And on top
Hinging
of
on the wall, he's on the windows. You know,
on top of the vagaries of what they're trying to charge him for, they weren't very specific. So seems like it's effectively done.
we're
But
going to
yeah,
charge him for not being a professional wrestler.
but I'm hearing it's the dates are still in the docket, so we'll see if that gets vacated. So seemingly over, Eric has been vanquished, it seems, but gotta wait till after Trump gets in office to
It'd
find
be
out.
funnier
For sure.
in court and with cameras. That's funnier.
I know. I'm so disappointed. Like, why are you robbing us, Eric? Why are you robbing us of your presence in the legal sphere?
It'd be funny too if like Riqueda's in court getting like grilled for his stuff, but then like okay, we got it. Okay, after this court thing, he's gonna go defend Riley. Hold on. Let me defend myself for charges.
I think
cocaine and
I
all
think
that.
Riqueda's actually like
Let's do that.
suspended
That would be funny.
from practicing for the time being.
From
From what I
practicing
understand.
cocaine.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
let's go investigate the old Yaira. Let me see. Yaira
Ruh.
2. Pre-order Yaira 2.
It was meant to be a death blow.
Yeah, dude, I literally tweeted that today. I saw the ad for Rippaverse Comics on Twitter.
Oh
and
yeah.
I was like, thanks for the heads up.
They needed to turn the trailer. I'm surprised nobody's made a song out of her saying that or something. Thank you for heads up.
There was that one kind of folky song where he's like, thanks for the heads up. It was like good, but that guy ended up being a fucking crackpot. Haitian, ironically, right when the Haitian craze with the eating the cats came out.
Oh yeah.
He kind of like showed his true colors that he's like, yeah, I'm getting people suspended for whatever. And it's like, that's bitch made, dude.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Blocked.
Yeah, fuck you, Angus. You put F and rookie in the chat.
Oh, did you see this clip, Ricky?
Step on me, step on me, step on me. What about, how are you? How's your day today? Do you guys like me for any other reason or only to step on you? I feel like you're just using me to step on you. Stop telling me to step on you. I'm not gonna do it. Stop. Stop asking me to step on you. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna fucking do it. What do you think I am? What do you think I am? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna freaking do it anymore.
I love her. No, I found her because of Ricky Berwick. He shared this video. It's like, oops, I dropped my gamer monitor. I hope no one claps my fucking cheeks. And it was like, who is it? So I'm like, investigation. Enhance.
Investigation sequence initiated.
That might be a little funny super chat clip for people if they wish to be stomped by mommy.
Step on me. That's funny.
Yeah. All right, let's dig in. Let's see what the pitch is.
And what? So what we would say to that girl is those meant to be death blow.
Exactly, precisely.
Yeah.
Oh no. Ugh. Shit. Where?
Doing the wrong things.
Yeah, there we go.
There you
All right. All right, let's look at Yaira 2's description. Strangely, it seems they've taken heed of their gay ass log lines that are paragraphs long.
It looks like it's a reasonable size for once. Good.
Yaira 2 is a 56-page graphic novel written by the Soska sisters, featuring stunning artwork by Deborah Carita and vibrant colors by Jay Brown. Dive with Yaira into a tale of discovery, destiny, and ancient forces as the mysteries of Atlantis unfold in this unforgettable story.
When they say all these like descriptive words, like these like awesome colors, these just badass things. So it's like, do they ever not say descriptors like that?
Look how vibrant that is, Rookie. It's just fucking blue and black. Wow, so vibrant. I mean, they got a nice glow on the moon, but
does vibrant mean like to pop, essentially, to stand out?
Doesn't really pop. It's a pretty
dull. This is what I would say. It blends in.
It's pretty dull, actually. Let's look at this. This one is a little more vibrant, but still like dull, actually. Even with this like obscure, it's weird layout here because they got it like she's ripping through the page, but then they're bordering these panels. Just
The other panels, yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
Like, you want to have no borders if you're going to do this little thing of like ripping over the page, because it's like this border contains the page, so you want like you want the shit to bleed on the whole page to do this little like rippy effect or whatever.
Yeah.
But
They're learning, okay? They're learning.
they're supposed to have all these professionals. Deborah Cree does like a hot shot from Marvel and DC, even though AVS talking about how she's only done like one like edit or something there, like from what we can gather.
Yeah, I was on one live stream with Geeks and Gamers. That means I am Geeks and Gamers.
More like gapes and fuck. What was it?
Gapes and Garglers.
Gapes and garglers. Yes, yeah. That's what I call them. It's been so long since I even thought of them.
I've not felt that since the olden times.
Yeah, I love how Vader does it. Like presence I haven't felt since. It'd be funny if like someone's there with him, and then it's like since
When? What?
what?
You're talking about? Yeah, finish your sentence. Stop not finishing your sentences.
All right, let's look at this trailer. I think it's the same. I think it's the same that was in the Rippaverse. Maybe there's something different. Maybe you'll catch
Bro,
it.
how do they not have another live action trailer for Yaira?
I know. Well, because they're losing money.
I've been looking forward to that, man. I want them to, have icicle power effects and have the little girl be, wait, is that meant to knock me out? No, it's meant to be death blow.
I think like
I love it. Those were great memes. We love that stuff.
yeah. I mean, I think Eric just got so embarrassed. Like even
It's okay if people laugh at it. It's good laughter. It's
even
funny.
Anna was like, "What the fuck was that?"
It's funny. It's funny. Those brought lots of joy to us all. The Rippaverse fans loved it for like thinking it's quality. We loved it because it was so silly.
It was so dog shit. Like it was fun.
And
then they're like hugging themselves. Like we did so good.
Would they get the girl back that was from Gen V? Would they get her back to be in a trailer?
Well, that's what's weird. They got like a real actress. I don't know what
Yeah.
else she's done besides Gen V, but she's good enough to be a minor character in that show of like a lot of eyes on, awards attention and stuff, just popular demand. So that was like a catch to like snag her.
Yeah, and they got that guy who fell in the car. They could get him back recast for that role again.
Like you just
different car.
Drop him on a new car with a different angle and a new soundbite by Eric.
But I don't like how in the live action trailer thing they changed his dialogue where he's like flying ain't one of them. It's like I don't know. You got to go. The one thing I can't do
is fly.
Have him be like injured. Say that is fly. It's like he's injured for that. There you go.
Oh yeah, I have like the breath. I was like, it's fly.
Yeah, but it's got to be a close up. You can't be like far away. You got to do a close one up and look at the camera. One thing I can't do is fly. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Before we continue, though, just want to make sure people here now or on review, be sure to follow, subscribe, hit the like button. Consider supporting the channel. I'm thinking about making a wager with y'all if we get enough super chats, whatever, hit like, I don't know, $30 something today. Make Rookie eat Reese's cups. He's never had Reese's cups. So make him go to the store and get at least a 2-pack and eat them on screen for you because he's such a picky F slur about food.
Yep. I like Nestle Crunch bars and Kit Kats and Hershey's. And
I feel like Kit Kat, the chocolate's pretty similar to Reese's cup.
No, then maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah, I had a couple packs of them at work today. I was like, sometimes I'm like very resistant. Sometimes I'm really good about not eating crap, but then other times I'm like cravings. And so my go-to is the Boulder Canyon salt and pepper. They're like so perfectly seasoned, lots of pepper. It's a good balance. It's not just like a dash pepper and then maybe salt. It's like fucking flavorful and yummy, good crunch, nice kettle cook. And so I make a sandwich, not a real sandwich, but I sandwich Reese's cup serving, chips, Reese's cup serving. It's a great time.
Daytona Falls is in the chat. What's up, Brisky? He says, OMG, Yaira 2.
Yes, we're here to assault your eyes and ear. Well,
What's
voiceover is not bad.
I
I kind of listened to it at work, but I had a short break. So here we go.
The battle is over. I have won. Yaira is dead. But so are the 3 visitors. They were fools to follow me here.
So I'm already confused because from what I gather, this is Yaira monologuing. And then she's like, Yaira is dead.
I have no idea who's talking. I'm like, I don't know. It sounds different than the last person.
But then, she says the 3 visitors that came for me are dead too. So it's like, it's Yaira talking.
You sure?
Yeah, that's why this is weird.
I thought this was a whole new character talking.
I'm pretty sure it's
you're probably right. I just
never going to switch perspective. I'm pretty sure. So I just want to point that out.
I like this image here, sort of. I'm trying to. Is that supposed to be her eye being fucked up?
It's an eye pussy.
I was thinking that. I'm like, wait a second. Hold on. Let me actually take a look at this. Is that okay?
I mean, other than an eye pussy, it looks like the eye holes from Rick and Morty. It's like no one touches my eye hole. They're my eye holes. It's like a weird intergalactic cereal of like eyeball things.
This could be what it's supposed to look like. Something about it looks weird. Like it looks like an eye patch, like a like if you could choose to be a pirate and you can choose to have different eye patches.
Somehow they drew a prosthetic.
It's like the eyebrows look fine. It just I don't know, something about the way it looks doesn't look that graphic.
Yeah, because they drew a face and then they drew this over the face, so it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't like a natural cut. It's it's a prosthetic drawing.
The cut on the cheek looks better. On the other side, on the right, on her right cheek, looks a little better to me.
Jesus Christ.
But okay, yeah.
I did not know this world, and I was able to use it to my advantage.
Oh, you're right. I think it is Yaira. Okay.
I managed to live amongst these humans for eons without my true nature being exposed.
Where's her
Stefania.
accent?
So
where's her accent?
Yeah, I think I'm going to re-record this for them properly with the proper.
I seriously thought it was a different character because the voice sounds totally different than what she was presented as first. So,
see, look at this wokeness.
I confused.
Look how woke this is. You got white gigantosaurus leading leading a black woman. And then you got manservant with
and he looks all tiny. He's the lower. He's beneath them. He's lower,
and he's carrying their shit.
Bags, ma'am. I got your bags, ma'am.
All right, and then notice he's wearing shorts.
What does it say in the back? Jerez.
Maybe they're in like Mexico or like French or something. I don't know. Okay. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like Jerez.
Yeah, probably it's pronounced all funny. Okay,
but also. Again, like art, I'm not an artist. I've said last stream, like story over art. So, I'm not a big sucker, but given the 3D assets and shit, so obvious. There's a lot of 3D shit here, but also, and this is just like a quick. I haven't heard anyone talk about this, but just seeing it, like, look how they drew Altona's waist down. The skirt, they drew it like it's pants. It sticks out as like that. That's not how that works. Like, it's amateur, like that's you got to knock it out with story or with art. You got to do one or the other for sure if you're going to try to upend Marvel and DC. And it's just, I don't know.
Is this going to be the first one of the 2025?
Yep. It's coming out in March. I mean, the campaign's now is coming deliver March.
I got you.
For eons without my true nature being exposed.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I just noticed something.
For eons without my true nature.
Boom. H1B visa.
Oh,
Indian.
no. You're right.
Woke. Look at
Hello,
this
my name is
diversity.
My name
Look
is
at this.
Steven. How
Look at
can I
this
help you?
diversity. You got Shuri of the Rippaverse with Altona. You got white manservant, and then towering trans woman Yaira.
It's like the opposite of the Fantastic Four theory, Mr. Fantastic surrounded by diversity.
It's like aliens from my homeworld and practicers of dark magic thought they could defeat me. Now enemies must face the power of diversity. We've enlisted an Elon Musk visa recipient to the fold. So now we are undefeatable.
Being exposed. Stefania changed all that. She's my flesh and my blood. She is like me.
See, I told you, like me, because it's Yaira. The perspective is Yaira.
No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. It's funny. She's like my flesh and blood. She's like me. Remember when I tried to kill her? It's meant to be a Deadpool.
Like, I just saw her ice powers and I instantly thought
I saw her ice powers. I want to ask her questions. I think I'll try to kill her and then ask questions.
It's like meant to be deathful. Well, I guess I didn't kill you, so I guess what's going on?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I could not save her, Abuela. And now she hates me. I'm alone in this world. Anyone who gets close to me dies. No, Yaira must stay dead. I have searched for him for years in this place. His existence has become something of myth and legend, leading me to believe he perished long ago, or abandoned this cruel world for another where life is not so fleeting. When I had given up all hope, when I was ready to die and join my loved ones in Valhalla.
See, she was searching for him. We had no idea. And then he off screen saves her and she wakes up in his realm in Atlantis. This doesn't
Is that
add
what
up.
we're doing? We're going to Atlantis now?
Yeah, you don't remember they I think they're calling him Poseidon.
I totally forgot. Didn't you?
I can't remember. What is Poseidon? Let me look up Poseidon's Roman name. Poseidon Roman.
I'm completely blanked if this was in Yaira.
Neptune. I was going to say Uranus, but that's not it. Neptune is so it's either Neptune or Poseidon. I can't remember which one they named him, but it is the sea god. That was like the reveal of like, ooh.
When I stopped looking for him, he found me. Neptune lives, and I will find him. I have to.
with this with this mouth agape and then an ear sticking out of his hair, like, huh?
you want me to do something for you? I did that for this. His ear does look kind of funny. Is it like outside of his hair? Like it's placed like it's stapled outside of
Yeah, does it this see again, this is amateur because like it just looks funny because like one ear is out, but it's also okay, it's just to like explain like this positioning is it's like his head's canted, so you shouldn't see this far ear.
Yeah, we're on his left side.
At most you should see like the front, little smidgen with
Well,
this like
you should just have
angle.
the hair covering the ear anyway, so it's just more hair, like not. I wouldn't really notice. I wouldn't really note. There's no ear on the side that's closer to us, so we wouldn't need to have an ear on that side. It looks like it's right next to his eyeball, like it's touching his eyeball.
Again, so this is bad because imagine EVS looking at this.
I don't know.
Like I'm nobody, don't have artistic
Look,
experience, and I'm already
literally-
like catching this.
Literally covered up with your finger, and it looks like a better image without the ear there. Like it just there we go. Like it just looks better without the ear. The ear is distracted.
This is so beautiful.
If only I could break free of these endless
Okay,
night-
that was a cool image. That's a good.
That's pretty cool. Give him that.
That's a good image.
I like
Especially with
that,
like the shatter effect over it. Like, okay, it's cool.
endless
good.
nightmares that have plagued me since my last battle. Every night I die.
I'm sorry.
I
Do you have
watch
any
my
idea what's
family.
going on in this yet? She's looking for Neptune. Is that the goal?
But she already found him because she woke up in his lair because he found her.
That's why I'm like, wait, what? What is the point?
This shit makes no sense because she's supposed to be mysterious and like been basically hiding for like 1,000 years or more on Earth after a period of, because you assume knowing like it's frustrating because when you include Vikings are a real entity on Earth in Scandinavia, Russia, and then famously they started invading the West. They started invading England and then France all the way to Paris and further. They actually, I want to say, circumnavigated around into the Mediterranean. There's evidence of them in some way acquiring Arabic coin.
Wow.
So either they got it from like just the commerce into Europe, but like Arabs are already in Spain. So like they had a wide range once they started going west and into like Western civilization, Western Europe. A wide breadth. And they're doing this for about 200 years with the West. And then they started becoming like Christianized, whether it's political or not. But it's like a real historical thing to kind of like mark. And especially when you're talking about like Iceland, I'm pretty sure you could like date when they got to Iceland versus their normal areas of like Denmark and Germany and Scandinavia proper. And the reason I mention that is they establish she crashes, makes love to a Viking, has a family, has a lineage, and then everyone for multiple generations, no one's manifesting the same power she has. And so that's like what kind of makes her check out of involving herself, caring. At some point, it just becomes like anyone I would love, care about, is just going to fade away. She's vampiric, and that's like her plight. And so it's like, oh, it's Wolverine, Dracula.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea for a character. That's
no,
good.
it's like okay, that's like a good
I like
motivation,
that.
a good
That's
like dilemma for a character. And then finally, over 1,000 years later, someone finally manifests the same powers. Let's disregard the death blow and all that, just the fact of like someone else pops up finally 1,000+ years later.
You'd kind of think that she'd be interested in any powered people as well, like Solari, for example. You think she'd be like, "What are you? Are you like from another race and of aliens, or like what? Can you live for a really long time? Or you like human lifespan? Do you think?" Or
yeah,
if I were her, I'd be trying to make assume I'd be trying to make friends or understand other powered people.
Yeah, so the importance of like mentioning a historical reality of the people she's invested in and integrated with in her history is that now she's kind of trying to do this like Clark Kent thing of just blending in, being a normal person. But then she just goes out in like yoga pants and shit and fights with the super police of Texas. And you assume it's being filmed by people. I mean, it hits it's not clear, but it hits the news and someone's like, she's here, she's back. So they've been aware of her. She seemed to ghosted for some time in the modern day. And then she's back on the scene. It's very much layer like the cop at the beginning of the comics talking about Yaira. So they can pull something out of their ass like, oh, that wasn't Yaira. They can do like a Rey Skywalker, maybe the other Skywalker. They could
or
pull
like
that
Wonder Woman 1984, where she has been fighting crime for a while, and then she decides to not fight crime until Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, but then she also let the Holocaust happen, and it's just like, what is this? Yeah, it's important to like mention like what you've given us so far, the Yaira 1 and the Islams. It's conflicting because we have no indication she's searching, like she's doing as a public figure a press conference joining Bullshit Industries, Projectus, that's what it was. Pro Jesus Industries or whatever, making a press conference, a hotshot science woman
with 2 lifetime degrees.
Yeah, it's like two degrees. That's 2 whole lifetimes. I love that Dokumon card. I hope Eric writes some more Dokumon cards.
We need more Dokumons.
I need Document Man. I need his vague insights that he's unclear about. Yeah, it's conflicting. We have no idea she's looking for anybody. It seems that she's trying to blend in the way they present the whole story and kind of show her history of life that she's checked out. And that's why she kind of just like steps out from the spotlight, generally speaking, but she's a science woman, so whatever. So it's weird that it's like retroactively, like, oh, she was searching for this guy this whole time, and then oh, he found her. So it already undermines the whole pitch of this search. To bad writing is the point.
Mm-hmm.
And then this trailer is just like so monotone in its delivery. Like there's some good images, there's definitely some laughable shit we've seen. Definitely different art is not appealing because I'm thinking I'm getting one comic and I'm seeing different art forms that don't just seem like promotional images, but in the book images, very different art styles. So that's another weird thing.
Yep.
All right, let's power through 30 seconds.
Over and over again. My
Well, they're in
greatest
Los
fear
Angeles.
is that somehow, some way, with all his dark magics, he survived. My old friend, the one who betrayed, the Black Sorcerer.
The old friend,
The Black Sorcerer.
I think they called him that in Yaira 1, but she says like
wasn't he specifically hunting them?
Hold on, she says, I'm pretty sure she says old friend here.
Over again.
Yeah.
My greatest fear is that somehow, some way, with all his dark magics, he survived. My old friend, the one who betrayed.
Maybe
Black
she's
Sorcerer.
joking when she says my friend, like not my friend. I don't know, because he was literally trying to kill her in the last one.
Yeah, he killed
the Aunt May or whatever.
He killed the abuela. Which is really weird for this white lady to try to be like, oh, she lost her abuela. It's like, just call it, say grandma. Come on. Like, it's as irritating as like AOC, where she's just like completely like English speaking, but then she'll try to like stress the Spanish. She's like, Puerto Rico, she'll do it like that.
I was going to the store and then I got
burritos. Like
there was a Blanco man that was there. Like, why are you saying Blanco?
Or it's like, American like quesadilla, but they're like quesadilla, like because it's supposed to be jab, but like
I'll get chicken, French fries, and the quesadilla. Just say it all weird.
Yeah.
Magus Newmite.
Magnus Nomite. So Magnus Newmite is back. That's the threat. All right. I honestly don't remember what happened to him in the book. What he just
she kills him, you think,
Okay.
but he's a dark magician.
You
So-
thought you killed me, but I activated a magic god that saved my ass. So now you fall into my trap.
that's the Yaira trailer.
I legitimately thought with the voice that there's a different character talking. Like Yaira is dead. Okay, sweet. So who we following now in Yaira 2 that isn't Yaira?
So let's look at this collection, Rookie. We can get Yaira 2. Let's view the product.
Oh no, the paragraphs are back.
Oh no, there's more. Oh God.
No.
All right. In this issue, so the first part's what's on the initial page. In this issue, Yaira's relentless pursuit of Atlantis unravels secrets she never imagined. Her life as Dr. Sally Rodell, a brilliant but controversial scientist, becomes increasingly entangled with her hidden identity as a powerful warrior from another world. As she delves deeper into the mysteries of the sunken city, Yaira faces not only external threats, but the haunting memories of a past she has tried to leave behind. Forces beyond
Beyond comprehension issues.
No, I thought I read forces twice, and I'm like, oh no, why are you reusing a word? But okay, never mind. There's a lot of F's, I feel. Forces beyond comprehension. Comprehension.
What is beyond comprehension issues?
Stir in the shadows. With every discovery, the stakes grow higher. What lies beneath Atlantis may hold the key to her future or destruction.
Like you need to read it as if you're Darren Fontano.
No, we gotta say that for Islam and for Salvage PI, Lethal Force. This comic cover captures the tension, power, and intrigue of Yaira's saga. Every detail draws you into the story, inviting you to join Yaira as she battles foes, confronts her fears, and uncovers the truth about who she truly is. It's a visual gateway to a tale of courage, resilience, and destiny. A must-have for fans of gripping storytelling and dynamic artwork. Perfect for readers who crave adventure and compelling character. You're kind of just regurgitating the previous paragraph. Yaira 2 delivers an unforgettable experience from the first panel to the last. Let this cover be your invitation into Yaira's extraordinary world, where every twist and turn promises to leave you captivated and eager for more. If this feels redundant, like that second paragraph, like you're actually okay with the first three, and now you're just regurgitating paragraph 3 for no reason. It's rated 16 plus for strong language, violence, and depictions of nudity. What? I thought you said don't lewd your characters.
No, did you see there's in the trailer there was
there's like a obvious nudity
her,
shot
like,
with their squishing
braid or
tits
something.
together.
That's the closest I think they would get to nudity, I think, but I don't know.
What else we got?
Is this still a Sasuke book or a different?
Yeah,
people book?
yeah, it's a Sasuke book. Of course. You think other people could write this white woman?
I thought maybe he'd give it to like Chuck Dixon or something. Why not?
Now this looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is Kanan White art. What the fuck? I can't click on it to like look at it in depth. Here we go. I zoomed in. That looks pretty good.
You got the Trident there, right? Yeah, it's pretty good.
I might get that because that's pretty cool
underwater.
shirt.
She looks like a good underwater character, if anything. Yeah.
All right, it goes to 1, 2, 3. It goes to 4XL. So we can get one for Ethan.
Yeah.
Think how mad they'd be if EVS is like, yay!
What if he's wearing Rippaverse merch?
We gotta get him a fucking
on Trash Cats.
3XL.
His Rippaverse merch. That'd be funny.
Oh my god, they'd be so angry. You know how angry they are about my picture at the comic? I'm just like,
where you're just smiling with the thing you purchased, and they're like, yeah, you look at you, fool. You can't buy a book and say you want to destroy the no.
Oh my god, they're still pre-ordering this fucking statue, so they're trying to pad the stats again.
do they have the stats there? How many more they need? Or
let me see. See, this bad picture looks like he's trying to shit on the street like an Indian.
I thought he's like throwing something, and he's like he
No,
just
he's
threw a large
We're on a whole big
boulder.
ass road.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but look at this, Ricky. Look at this hat. I shared this an hour ago on Twitter. Look at this. This is the Yaira hat logo.
Of what?
Yaira.
Oh, that's a Y.
I know. It's like, what is that?
I was like, did they like invent a chess piece or something? Like, I don't.
Oh my god! Like, what the fuck is
You know,
that?
I honestly take the Y off of there, and it's a interesting color pattern shape. I
It's
guess
fine, but like
the Y on it looks like it's like you tried to PNG like a cartoon thing on a hat.
it doesn't look like it goes with much wardrobe.
I
You
don't-
know, like
I
not
don't
that
know what
most
I'd
guys
wear that
care, but like, what do you like if you care about any cohesion to your attire? Like, what does this go with?
What is the hat? Like, what is the pattern? Are those scales or like what? I don't. Is it just water?
I don't know, man. I don't. Let's read the description. Top off your Yaira
Wait,
collection.
do you have a description for the hat?
Top off your Yaira collection with this premium hat designed with bold puff font embroidery and a striking Yaira theme. Whether you're a longtime fan or just discovering the saga, there's only one issue, and she's in appears
Could possibly be a longtime fan. She's only been in 2 things.
one issue of her own series. Now we're on 2, but if you're a
All it takes
long time
is-
fan,
All it takes is one Angus, you know. It just takes one, and then you've got a franchise.
or okay, if this was like a one-off, but you know it had like a fan base, like I want to say Neil Adams, he briefly had like I think it was like called Continuity Comics. I don't know if he was the sole owner, or if it was a collection, but that was like a famous Batman artist in like late 70s.
Does this hat glow in the dark?
But
Like, honestly, I can see that being kind of cool. But
yeah, there's like obscure characters. So there's like one called like Valeria the Bat or something like that. It's like this chick bat character. And it's pretty detailed bat design. So it's not just like a chick with wings. It's like pretty in-depth, like animalistic humanoid. But that's like an obscure character. It only had a couple issues. So you know, that's so far gone. Someone could bring it back or get the IP in their own hands, integrate it in their universe, reboot it, whatever. So that would be like longtime fans of Valeria now can get new Valeria. But no, it's like this whole thing is like 2 years old. So it's weird to pitch it of like,
I'm
oh,
tired of the old Yaira shirt you got. Get a new one with our new long running franchise.
This hat is the perfect way to showcase your admiration for its unique designs, captures the energy and spirit of your art, making it a standout piece. I'm stressing all of these fucking adjectives.
No, I like that you're doing that because when you read them anyway, I'm like, God, how many times are they like using these words to describe something? You know, stunning thingy here, striking. Can you just say the thing and honestly save those descriptive words for like something rare just on occasion? Because everything you just say, it's like, this is a legendary thing, the monstrously amazing, the stunning, the stundiferous. Like you're just gonna keep on saying these words in front of words, and they mean less every time I hear them now, like from them. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, everything's amazing, right?
Everything is highly anticipated. Every fucking time, highly anticipated. It's like, all right, now you're just watering down when it is highly, like Ice Song 3 is highly anticipated by your fandom. Yaira is like, oh, cool, more Yaira, but it's not like, oh god, whoa. Like
Bring it around town.
how about you like, I don't know, kind of define an arc that's happening, and then it's like the highly anticipated end of the first arc. You know, like that's when you pitch that, making it every fucking round. Brian Plano doesn't do that shit. It's like, oh,
We finally found
Lady
out.
Death.
We finally found out what happens to Jasmine.
Dude, I can't wait till they never address Jasmine.
After the 13 story arc, we finally realized that she went to the bathroom. That's where she was.
Crafted from high quality materials, this hat is made of durable and breathable cotton for all day comfort. It features a an flex fit. That's poor grammar. A flex fit, and is for vowel sound words that follow.
How come they didn't explain what the patterns are in this? If you're gonna have this giant paragraph on your hat, it'd be like, okay, so he says that the patterns encapsulate Yaira. In what way? Because they're blue? Like, because she swims in this episode?
If anything, it makes me think of Mystique when they like zoom in on like her cellular structure for her morphing.
Yeah.
It's basically like scales or something. Features and flex fit. No, I like that one really annoys me because like I think about this anytime I'm typing shit. I'll like sound it out in my head like, no, it's not a, it's an. Like I know I do this myself.
Yeah,
That's
sometimes it's weird because in your head you'll be like, yeah, that makes sense, and you say it out loud, you're like, wait a second, no, it doesn't.
You're like a outfit, no, an outfit.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I hear people speak so incorrectly all the time that I have to really check: is that how you really say it or not? Or is that just how everybody speaks? That's not right.
The puff font embroidery adds a dynamic and textured look, making the design truly pop against the classic backdrop of the hat.
Why'd they put the Y there? That looks so awful. Take the Y out and it looks better to me. Like, I don't know. Does the Y distract you? It looks so different. Like,
it's hard to decide. Like, if you just test like focus group test of this, like just go on the stream, you're like, hey, what's like first thing that comes to your mind when you like see this hat? What about the image? What about the logo? It's like, wait, logo? What? Oh, that's what that is. What is that? What's that supposed to be? Is that like a phoenix? Is that like a bird?
I couldn't tell that was a Y at first.
No, it's a Y for Yaira.
Well,
a
and honestly,
highly anticipated character.
I think of blue. I think of water. The way it's all shaped here. There's no like like ice type of colors that make me think of her powers or anything. So there's no like blonde piece that that's her head. She's the blonde freezing power chick. So
if anything, I would have did white, just like a white hat. Maybe some design like like have like the two usually these hats are made out of like 6 panels that are like fused together at the top, maybe 8, but I would have made like white for the like a trucker hat. Like a lot of times there's like whatever color on the back and the brim, but the front's like white to highlight whatever the logo or the words are, and then make the rest like blue, make whatever pattern. But yeah, it's weird. It's hard to like piece it out. And then you got like all these lines for the Y. So it's like, what is this? It looks like, what is this? Like a Pokemon logo? Like,
I can't. I don't know. I like the colors. Colors.
Isn't there like a bluebird? Like they got like the electric bird.
You're thinking of Articuno. Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bluebird.
There's Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, and then there's a bunch of other legendary type of ones. But yeah, Articuno.
What was that, the white one?
Ice. What?
Is Articuno the white one?
You're thinking of Lugia. Articuno is the blue one.
Okay. How do you spell it? Articuno.
I think it's with the C.
Yeah, like the first picture comes up is like this. So like it literally looks like a wing pattern.
So yeah, I would think this is about a bird of some kind.
Look up in the sky. It's a plane. It's a bird. No, it's Yaira. Oh my god, this is beautiful.
And if everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are nitpicking at a hat," so it's just on there, and we're just looking. It's like I was confused.
It's like, this is,
I don't know.
It's kind of an eyesore.
Normally, hats don't catch my attention like that, but it did, and how bizarre it was all presented there. So sorry.
Wait, we don't get a Yaira plushie? You made a black girl magic plushie, but not the titular
that's
Yaira?
Funny. Most people were gooning to Yaira, so I'm actually surprised. You're right. And in fact, the statue thing's an okay idea, I guess, but with how much money he needs for it, I don't know why he didn't just try to get like a Barbie doll thing. of it, like, or something.
Or just
that-
make like a Marvel
something
Legends
simpler, you know what I mean?
figure. Just make a figure. He's friends with that fucking PTP guy. He makes shitty toys. He could have made at least a shitty little toy version of Yaira. That would have sold more.
I would assume that's what I'm saying. It could be like far more affordable, like that, to where a lot of people would probably get it.
Hey, what's up, Jim?
Multi-million.
Hello, Shifter. Stripes changed color. Talking about Stefania. Yeah. Good Tate Jolly good stream. What? Good tote?
Good stream today. Yep, that's what I'll take from it. Thank you. Yeah.
That's what you take from it.
I imagine him being British as well. Good take, yep. Jolly good stream, yep.
Well, thank you for joining, Wayland Todd.
Right out of Britain.
So
would you say that the highly anticipated Yaira is better than the like than the super anticipated Bloodruth? I'm sorry, Bloodruth 1 or Bloodruth 2. So we don't have either of them, but both trailers out. To compare.
It really is just funny to me. You're like, oh, which was more anticipated? I'm like,
then there's the mega anticipated Black
I don't
Eye,
know, man.
Black
no
Eye
one
Club.
wants this shit.
And then there's the somewhat anticipated, the Civil War one. And then there's the, lundiferously anticipated other one. There's the incredibly anticipated Achromatic Chronicles Green. There's the supernatural, extra fistachical, Super Patriot Mighty one that's also anticipated. None of them are just like the anticipated, just the book we're making is coming out. Like I don't know why stating into the amount of anticipation is important. Does anybody else talk like that? Like the highly anticipated new Marvel movie, or the highly anticipated
in a
thing.
like intro to business class or marketing,
Just
or
say that
went,
all the
like
time?
looked up some marketing like YouTube videos, and so it's probably like just like a quick like rundown of like here's the top tricks to sell whatever, but it's like just a generic 101 condensed list. It's not really in depth of like when to do it, to like incrementally,
like how Eric has to always say multi-million-dollar instead of just like I don't know, like you don't even need to say the number ever, really. I've got my successful comic book company or something. My successful company. It's like my multi-million-dollar successful company.
Yeah, it just really
I know this may sound weird, but it really comes off as just like, I don't know, small dick energy of like, I've got to tell you how big everything is all the time.
Oh, you're just now picking
Big.
up on that.
No, I'm just saying it like 'cause everybody's thinking it, and they're just probably it's so obvious. It's just all the time, the big everything's big. Okay, this is big, that's big, this is big. The what they say the Achromatic Chronicles one was how much what verbiage or adjective, how do they describe that one?
Well, let's go over to Rippaverse.
The agnanimously, the statiferously, the bontastic, yes, the ultimate thing. And I think that he ended up making around the same as he did on Indiegogo, but it might have been more. I didn't see what the final numbers were for Jay's book.
What the hell? I go to Rippaverse and I go to the store. So there's nothing to buy during 3PO's book. And it's just different covers of his two books and then Yellow Flash's book in the center. But the store has nothing. So let's go over to the campaign. All right. So then there's during 3PO's thing. Let me pull this up for y'all.
Pull up. Okay, sure.
Pull up.
That. You can do that.
Let's see. The Achromatic Chronicles is a captivating series following young John from the Grey World, a place bereft of color and steeped in monotony. John's curious nature and yearning to be different set him apart in a society where conformity reigns supreme. One fateful day, John meets Blue, a new friend who unveils a world brimming with colors, adventure, and limitless Honestly, this pitch sounds like an LGBT children's book.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that children's thing because this reminds me of the plot of an episode of The Fairly Odd Parents, which he's probably seen before, where Timmy's known for having like a pink hat and shirt, and he's like a boy. The joke is that his parents wanted a girl, and then they had a boy. And like, whatever. But then he makes a wish at some point with his Fairly Odd Parents things, and then they turn everyone gray, and he turns into a gray blob too. But he makes a little pink hat to stand out, and it's like, oh look, that color stands out from the grays or whatever.
Cringe. I hear that and I'm like,
so did you
that really like diminishes the fun of Fairly Odd Parents. Like Fairly Odd Parents is like Dexter's Lab, where it's like
no, there's fun. It's funner than how.
No, I like Fairly. I grew up Fairly Odd Parents. I love that show. I haven't watched it in years, but I watched the fuck out of that show. I always loved Crimson Chin.
The way
Cuts.
I described that was very mundane, though. So sorry.
No, it's like it's like that was like a big like hook description. It's like fucking pass, but it's like no, the show is about a boy who gets fairy godparents to grant whatever, but every wish fucking goes awry and gets blows.
And there's always like there's a rule book that's into effect pretty well.
It like never goes his way. It's basically Dexter's Lab with fairies
with magic
to grant you wishes.
Magic instead of science, pretty much.
Yeah, that was always frustrating for me too at Dexter's Lab. It's like it felt very masochistic to grow up watching that show looking back, because it's like with Scooby-Doo, every fucking episode is the same. It's some guy in a mask and just different basically obstacles associated with the new masked person that's scaring them in their mystery searching, which I don't even know why there's always mystery hunting. I'm actually confused.
Why don't they just go like hang out or go to something else?
Like there's always some fucking haunted house wherever the fuck they go.
Oh, we're just gonna go to the concert. Oh, the concert's haunted. We're just gonna. Sometimes that's actually funny. I think they do just try to go to wherever places, and then they just happen to be haunted as well. We're gonna go stay at the old cabin over there. Oh, it's a haunted cabin. Oh, dang it. We're gonna go to the bathroom here. Oh, the bathroom's haunted. Okay, we're gonna.
It's so as a kid, it was like at some point I got frustrated and quit watching Scooby-Doo because I kind of figured out it's the same shit every episode. But there's the hijinks, the comedy, like school, like stupid shit, the team splitting up and all that, and the hijinks of Scooby and Shaggy. Then they get hungry, and then they're like, "Oh, let's do this and eat," and then, "Oh no, someone's haunting us and scaring us," and whatever. But there is the reward of like they solve the mystery. Dexter's Lab, Courage, even Courage. Courage is like he can never talk to them properly because he's a dog, and so there's so he's always trying to like warn them. And they're like, "Stupid dog," and ignoring them to their own plight. And he's always like, being a loyal man's best friend dog, even to Eustace, and saving them from whatever danger, but never really getting thanked for it. And with Dexter, it's like, he's this fucking boy genius, the super lab and shit, but it's always foiled by fucking his own hubris or Dee Dee, usually. Yep. And so it's like, basically he never gets the payout, or like Ed and Eddie, they're always wanting like money for a jawbreaker, and they almost never get jawbreakers. If they do, they never actually get to enjoy it, the full fucking serving.
Yeah, or they get some sort of comeuppance somehow.
Every time. So yeah, there's a lot of like masochism growing up in the 90s with our entertainment.
Jimmy Neutron's kind of like that.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron too.
Like Dexter. Yeah.
It's funny, I grew up with the show, but it took me a long time to ever actually get to watch the movie.
Yeah, same here. It was the movie was never on, so it was like
It was
whatever.
never
but-
on TV, and I didn't get to see it in theaters when it was like a first, big thing.
Well,
for
that's
kids.
what
Like,
I saw the episode where the chicken people arrive, and I was like, wait, they're acting like they've been here before. Since when? And then it's like, oh, that's the kicked the whole thing off. Wow, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of funny to analyze that in hindsight, but yeah. I forget why I was even talking about that.
Because we're talking about Jay's book, and then I made Fairly Odd
Oh,
Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they had a similar concept to his story.
Let me see. This is Rippaverse related. I was going to pull up his live stream, but he already hid it. I can't even. It's not even open for members to rewatch it. He was just live streaming for Yaira is here first day, whatever. What's funny is, let me see if I can find Yaira day 1. Hold on. I'm trying to find. Okay, John Del Rose covered it. Let's pull up old GDA.
Eric July and his team have done it again, this time in record time. Oh my gosh. So Yaira has hit $1 million in sales in less than 24 hours as a campaign. This is absolutely crazy. So ISOM number 1.
So there you go. There's a little verification of history. The reason I mentioned that, let me go back to Yaira.
Was that for Yaira number 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yaira number 1 hit $1 million. Now, I saw Sturgis. Maybe we'll look at Sturgis' post first before I dig in. Renowned Gaylord. Renowned. Let's see. There we go. Fuck. There we go. Okay. Now let me find this post. Gotta scroll really quick.
Scrolling. Angus.
He's fighting with Chris Bacon because I guess Chris Bacon's pursuing legal action against him for some. Okay, here it is. Here we go. So Renowned Zero says, "Let the feminine bitch made pocket watching begin with these weirdos. The guy who spent $16K on watches is worried about another man's money." What?
Who?
He's talking about Chris Bacon. So I guess Chris Bacon was showing. I think he showed on Twitter one time his recent purchases on eBay of expensive watches. It was 16,000 for a purchase.
Okay.
And so he likes to collect watches, fancy watches. And so it's just funny. In one breath, he says, "Bitch made pocket watching," and then he refers to little known fact of money Chris has spent on watches. So he literally undercuts his own point by mentioning old pocket watching.
Right.
Tiso Spencer believes, saying the book costs less money is an excuse as to why it made less money. So basically, an honest one would say if a product costs less to sell, means it costs less to make, right? Which would mean the profit margins are higher. All right, so the first part you kind of got right, Sturgis, giving you credit. Kind of got right. It costs less money to make, or the book costs less, so you assume it costs less to make it. That's like a Ford factory idea. Ford, with the assembly line technique that he helped pioneer,
and have the
cars
profit margin
cheaper.
And have the profit margins go up. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily that they're going up, but making it cheaper meant it could sell to more people versus the previous automobiles are probably more expensive. So he was undercutting the competition by making a affordable vehicle. That's the point. So the money he's making is in bulk purchase. It's not that he's getting a bigger margin because it's cheaper necessarily. Now, that's when you get into like McDonald's or something where they have a history of like basically watering down products. So it's cheaper because they're like thinning it out, but selling it at the same size. So you're paying $5 for what should be a $5 value, but it's actually like say $3. So that's the extra two they're making is by watering down the product, and you're paying the same price for like the volume. That is like a lie. If it was like that, then yeah, your profit margin is going to go way up. And that's why like this H-1B visa thing is a huge issue with normal Americans, because like, oh, you're going to import foreigners to undercut our wages, you know, and drive the market down. So you're going to keep making the same profit though. So you're making more profit off of the cheap wages. So Sturgis is confusing the two ideas as one, is my point. Now, theoretically, making it cheaper, he could get more sales, but if anything, that's just like equating to what he sold before and paying more for like the production of a bigger thing, bigger comic. But yeah, they're like, these are two exclusive ideas that may merge. But if he's going to sell the same amount at a lower price, he's not necessarily making more money. If anything, like maybe he's just making the same amount for a cheaper product with the same amount of sales. So just silliness right here by Sturgis. And that I saw that and I'm like, what, dude, you idiot. I'll never understand why these 45-plus-year-old grown-ass men are so concerned with something they claim not to care about. I don't know if anyone's saying we don't care about it. It's like interesting to watch, you know, especially most of us were genuine fans of Eric, and now we're detractors because he's like soured us in some way individually. What's funny too, because the shipping cost for international are extremely low at the Rippaverse. Like, how do you know that?
Why does he care either?
Well, it's just weird because like Eric doesn't have some magic secret access to cheaper international. Like international is expensive for everyone.
Yeah.
Like, so people complain like, oh, I want to get this book on Indiegogo from X artist and Comicscape, but like,
it costs me
like
$120.
Yeah, it costs like $100 to get like a $20 comic because of the shipping and customs.
But even from US to Canada is sometimes like, okay, if you're shipping inside the United States, it's like $20. Shipping to Canada, that's gonna be an extra $30. It's like,
oh,
what? So 50,
before I forget,
like
Ricky.
$50. Yeah.
Before I forget, let me solo myself. You've never seen this?
That's the root beer, but it's not root beer.
Yeah, it's red cream soda.
I've not seen that. No.
Okay, yeah, this is like
we have the that brand, but like
root beer. Yeah. So this is a Coca-Cola product.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
This is Coke's root beer brand. But yeah, I was looking it up because they sell us at my work when you're leaving through like the security gate. They have vending machine with this, but all the other vending machines that I've seen don't have this. It's like one vending machine, and it's like it's hard to ever find. Like I'm not sure if you can buy it online in bulk, like 12 packs or anything. But it's one of these weird things that I was researching a little bit. And this Barks Red Cream Soda, like, they like purposely make it kind of like a hidden product. It's hard to find for some reason. They like that's like the magic for them. Versus like Big Red is another red cream soda, and it's just everywhere. Gas station, if they're carrying that brand, they got the fucking Big Red. So
I guess sometimes there is an appeal if you know about it and you tell other people that it's
got
its notoriety spreads and then it becomes more valued because it's not available everywhere. Because
so it's
everywhere.
annoying.
It's like more valued. Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
you might even pay an extra $1 for it, maybe. You know.
Yeah. So Barks, this shit is so fucking good. It's like really fucking sweet. So it's like, you know, not an everyday soda versus like a Sprite or even a root beer. But I'm trying something out today for my Horn of Plenty. Pouring this delicious beverage. But the experiment is I'm going to mix some Bacardi coconut rum in this. Normally I put that in like cherry Coke or regular Coke. So this is the first time trying this.
Ah.
Let me solo again. Bacardi coconut. I like my yummy flavors. I hate straight rum. Straight rum's fucking gross to me.
You can always try gay rum.
Yeah, what's up, Kate? She says, hey, I noticed your DM hunts. Sorry, we'll make it, but I'm glad I'm here. Well, thank you, Katie. Shout out.
Shout out.
I hope you're able to clip Eric's stream because as far as I know, he hid it. I'm a member, but he hid it for some reason. I have no idea why he would do like, hey, it's first day, woohoo, Yaira. And he's already hidden it from everybody, it seems. Let me go back in my history and see if this has changed. Let me get on this. Go to my view my channel, whatever. History. So many tabs. History. There we go. Okay, so now it's members only. Maybe I got to re-up my membership. I'm not sure. But yeah, it says members only now, so I can see it. I can't like watch it, but for a minute it was just gone on like his shit. So yeah, okay. So now, yeah, I've informed you. So now you gotta give me a cut of your profits on that when you clip it. Or I'm gonna get Eric's Rockstar Lawyers after you.
Oh indeed.
Not the best mix, but it's still deliciously sweet and rummy.
Rumtastic.
Yeah, I know I don't like rum straight because I went to Applebee's the other day and I'm like, oh, let me try a pina colada. And they brought it. This some used tequila, this one was rum. And I'm like, actually, I don't like a mix. I like just a straight virgin pina colada because I like the milky drinks. So I got that solo and then the shot on the side. And I was gonna like sip on it, and I was like, not a big alcohol guy.
That's why I only do it about once a year.
Yeah, it's like maybe I'll have about like 2 shots on stream if I do drink it all. Same with beer. Like I like beer when I get beer, so like I'll drink a beer, maybe 2. And I'm like, that was nice. Maybe it's because I'm a carnivore. I don't eat a lot of bread or anything anymore, so it's like just like when I have a lot of bread or beer, I feel it, you know.
It could be
versus the average American with lots of bread in their diet.
Yeah, she does not see it. It's not quite.
I don't know. You should be able to see it. Let me send you the link to it.
Send the link.
I'll send you the link. So
open her out. What did you think of the Yaira 2 trailer, Katie?
Where are you?
We noticed a lot of interesting little things there. Not even trying to really, just looking at it in general. The ear, the eye patch injury.
Sorry, as I was replying to Dan Godfo, I was like, "Hey, come shoot your comic," because he's on campaign still, and he's like, "I'm out of town," and so I reacted with Israel flag. Because I guess I reacted earlier in chat with him with an Israel flag because of the whole like, oh, I might have a drop of Jew in me.
Oh, right.
So now he's Dan Shekelwitz. Well, yeah, here you go, Katie. Here's the link to that stream. So maybe you can find it. Maybe he like hid the member stream, so you've had to have like had clicked on it to have the link to work back in. I don't know what's up. He's always fucking weird streams ever since we started attracting.
You think he'd make a detractors only tier for his memberships, like, you know, a certain amount just for detractors? special access.
Oh, that would have been funny if we actually like tricked him to just like hide all his content, or is all behind members after like an hour.
All the members are detractors,
and so we're like driving his numbers down even more than they already are. Can't detract if you can't see me. It's like, oh no, Eric. Oh God, you totally defeated us. It'd be like reverse. It'd be like the abortion argument. Where it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Since you took our rights away, no sex. And it's like, oh man, it's like it'll really drive down abortion. You showed me. Like,
I thought you're like, since you took our rights away, we're gonna abort our son. Yeah, apparently her membership has expired, so that's why she's having a little bit of difficulties right there. A little bit.
Yeah, I've never commented. I don't know. Maybe I think I have commented a couple times over last year being a member of his for the access, but like I changed cards, so I think it expired, or he saw me in the comments and then blocked me or something, even though I'm a member. So like, bad business, Eric. Like you should just be happy. Like when they were first like getting trolled with super chats, like, hey, thanks for the money. Like. They're kind of like, hey, I guess you gave me money, so whatever.
Think about how many times his bunny money would have multiplied if he leaned into it a different way. Yeah,
if you move differently on that topic, that would have been smart. Yeah, we've all said that. All said, if like, dude, if you just like, instead of crying and calling the cops, you just showed the outtakes of Riley on your security footage, like that would have just undercut the joke.
Yeah, you could even be like, all right, on Saturday, the staff and I won't be at the warehouse. Wink, wink. And then, but it's like, there's security cameras there, so watch yourself. But
it'd be funny because he could like,
and then it's like they can do little things and like, all right, here's the area where you can tape, like section out a section on the window, tape money here. Like
that's what was so great when Riley did that gag with EVS. He's like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? $2. That's it. The other guy got 40. What the fuck? That was fucking gold. That was like right around Trashcast starting. That was a fucking great troll by EVS on there. And yeah, that's like the other thing is like he's got to be kicking himself because like, man, I could have been making so much more extra money if I just kept monetizing. That's what's stupid too. This whole I gotta be more professional. I can't be monetizing my haters anymore. It's like that's part of what built the audience to sell your comics. You dumb fuck. Like,
well, it's like that's part of what people don't like about like Hollywood and how things are is because they attempt to act professional, and it's like, some of them do. I mean, not all of them, of course, but the point is with the YouTube, you act like you is supposed to be part of the appeal to it. So when you don't. When you go, I'm not going to do something anymore. You're kind of holding that part back, which is why if EVS were to just, I'm not going to mention names or say anything anymore, it'd be like
individuals.
It'd be like
one, maybe two, not many.
You could see how he was when he tried to keep alliances all the time. Like, I'm just going to be quiet here and not say anything. I don't know. He hates that.
It's so funny. Yeah, looking back at old EVS, like. When he first started in the Star Wars videos, he was so fucking like it was just I'm watching because I'm a High Council guy, and it's like, oh boy, more content of like the guys I like. But EVS like sucked in his videos; he was so boring. But that was kind of the charm.
He was so bland compared to everyone.
That was kind of the charm, though. And then like he started getting personality and starts quit being like just a nice pussy,
Yes,
and that's what's fun about EVS. And then he started doing like the soy voice and shit, and like the evolution of EVS on YouTube is just fucking gold.
And I'm sorry, I'm not a comic guy really, to where I want to just watch YouTubers talk about comic books. Like that's fine and all, but I'm kind of with you. Like where the Kings, Comicsgate Kings, it's like, I mean, I don't really want to watch that.
You can have it.
Like maybe there's a few moments in there that's all right, but like. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to buy everything that's there because I trying to save money. And it's just like, okay, like that's the advertisement stream essentially. So it's like, all right, if I had more money, maybe I'd want to buy something. But as far as entertainment goes, there's not as much trashing, so it's not as fun.
Yeah, well, because the other guys are kind of like
everybody's worried about alliances sometimes, and it's like
yeah, it's like the other guys are kind of besides like Malin and Shane to some degree, the other guys are kind of just like, yeah, I'm here to sell my comic, and I'm a comic guy, and or they're getting like old man shit or like politics, somewhat, and it just doesn't like I definitely hear the like holding back from the other guys. It's like EVS kind of got to like goad them into, if talking about Eric or any of this shenanigans stuff, he's got to like goad them into it, and it's just like,
well, like even Cecil, which you'd think he'd just do a character or something. Hates
Cecil
Eric July. Like a
character. Cecil got exposed with the war campaign shit. That's what I cut him out. Once
mine was more his reaction to the ripoff versus Miss Piggy thing.
That too.
This ain't it, Comic Skate. Just like, dude, come on.
Yeah, he really changed once he got like fit or whatever. I haven't really followed him, but I'm aware he's a lot more fit than whatever he was before.
EVS is like, I like him, but he's so much funnier as a character. Like, the guy comes
dude,
in
I miss it.
Talks all gay. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Just I don't know. It's his little attitude. He's like, will you shut up? Will you stop drinking, clinking the glass? What? Just like that's a funny little bits.
Yeah. No, it was just like Cecil was a fun character, and this is like around the Anna debacle shit, for campaign EVS and all that, and
this would be a few years ago.
Yeah,
quite a while back.
It's just everyone went in like simp defense mode, or like using it as an excuse to like, I don't know, shaft out War Campaign. War Campaign has like, a weird view today, especially if you're new, but like War Campaign was like the place to be for like, they're the bad boys at Comic Skate, and they're holding people's feet to the fire, and that was fun because it's like, haha, Mike Miller, you're a bitch, Mike Ass Miller. Even though he was still kind of in the fold, like they always had like a nose for fucking rats in the ranks, and that was what was fun about them. They're irreverent,
the fudge
thing. Edwin Boyette, like they fucking exposed him for a dipshit that he is. That was the fun of War Campaign. But then this like Anna shit with their comic and shit, and it's like right around with the Ellen shit. They're trying to like hold her to the same standards all the guys. And it appeared to be some sort of like nepotism in the ranks for getting into Comic Skate, or with the Dynamite doing her cover for Vampirella. It just seemed out of nowhere and unearned, or like you got a big YouTube channel. So I was like, wait, is this Comic Skate alliance with Dynamite just going to be like a YouTuber thing? That was the perception. And I don't remember everything, but yeah, like Cecil started blocking people and shit and helping push like this like narrative. It's sort of fuzzy, but that was like the era where I got like turned off by him. And and then like this Piggy shit that Ricky reminded me of that. That was another bitch made thing, and kind of showed that like he's not a true ally in the ranks. He'll
like,
flip.
I don't hate him, but his appeal has gone down to where it's just like, I don't know. There's more interest at one point, and I was thinking, no.
Yeah, it was great when he was talking about how like C-3PO is like the most masculine Star Wars character, just dumb shit like that. Fucking annoying EVS on the High Council. He was fucking funny, and then it just like everything kind of died all at once for the appeal. And and then the Miss Piggy thing, just like an extra layer of like, this guy ain't it. He's not the ally. He's going to flip at some point. Like Nerdrotic and company are more valuable than these people.
I mean, I guess it's fine. It's good that he hasn't like done a full turn, but that's the thing. Will he or won't he? That's
he will.
Question. At some point. I don't know, but the point I'm getting at is more people should be kind of honest, and whether or not people think that EVS lies all the time, he puts all the things out there publicly rather than like I'm gonna keep it secret and tell certain people and whisper about a thing or that. It's like, nope, we're gonna talk about it here. don't tell me your secret. I think he even said one time, he's like, don't tell me your secrets because I will probably talk about it on Trashcast. He tries to do that. He's like, Anna wants to tell me something important. He's like, don't, unless you want me to tell it to everyone else because I will tell everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
I feel like there's more respect to that in a way because it's not playing a political angle or like some type of weird hierarchy angle anymore. When you just are blunt and straight about everything. At least
don't get me wrong, Katie. Like, I'm not a war campaign guy. I've been war campaign years. Just because like it all just kind of fell apart, once this like we're ostracized by Comics C8. I was still in the mix of. I was like some big war campaign, but I was in the ranks to some degree of like, yeah, I love this like shit. We're fun. We're ostracized now from this like split.
You guys made a lot of memes and stuff.
Yeah, it was like fun, irreverent, and it seemed like they were about like sticking ethics and holding people accountable for like being in the group and in Comicsgate. And then like come to find out like Roe and Gad are trying to like crawl back to EVS behind the scenes and throw the fans. Their whole thing was like, we don't hold fans. Fans do what the fuck they want. We're not going to tell grown men what to do on the internet. But then they're like, behind the scenes kind of ratting out. And so that was the loss of appeal for me. I just kind of just stopped engaging. It wasn't even like, fuck you. It was just like, okay, like you're not who I thought you were. And now, yeah, it's like they just got the collective war campaign members, fandom, whatever you want to call it, the collective of them. They just got a boner against EVS for some reason that isn't quite clear to me. And so it's like, yeah, it makes no sense. If they went after Doug Tenaple and Mike Miller and company, makes no sense they wouldn't be fucking dunking on on Eric. But they got a hate boner for EVS, and so it's just a means to an end kind of thing. And so it's like, yeah, I block war campaigners now because out of nowhere, like I shared something of you, or it might have been like the MILF supremacy posts, and out of nowhere I wake up and I see like war campaigners like simp bitch, blah, blah, and I'm just like, fuck off, like get the fuck out of here. Yeah, they're fucking rabid. Like what was fun before is like now I'm like, okay, this is manufactured outrage.
Yeah.
No, don't be sorry. It's like they've kind of just like totally flipped. So I have no use for it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we've kind of learned in our experience being on YouTube is going.
A lot of people flip
different people. Yeah, like, hey, we're friends. No, we're not. We're friends. Well, no. If I ditch you as a friend, I could be friends with these people. And it's
a
lot of weird stuff like that in the YouTube sphere.
A lot of famine mindset in the ranks. A lot of people they see a big channel. Like I used to be cool with Fatal J. I was his first live stream. And look at him now. He's a total Flashcast simp. Yeah, like he's just one little example of like people
funny.
Get a glimpse of success monetarily or access to like breadcrumbs of fame from a bigger channel, and they act different. They move differently.
It was very weird for us because we like our upbringing was like in the live chats of the world class bullshitters and other people here and there. And then we're just like, hey, let's start channels of our own. And, we did. And our whole thing was just, interacting with other people in the chats and seeing if they want to make YouTube channels, see if they want to come onto live streams and talk. And then even when we were small and like, way under 1,000 subs and stuff and not popular at all, like I got onto Geeks and Gamers live streams and Nerdrotic and stuff before early on for a little while. EVS was not really. It didn't talk with him much, but he like knew of quite a few of us and stuff, and like a lot of people.
I was on the stream in the morning one time, Ricky, and I mentioned you to EVS. Yeah. I'm like, we need to do like because it's still Phantom Menace, So I'm like, hey man, we need to like the synergy we got in Comicsgate, we need to do it with film. And I was talking about you in some capacity, and he's like, oh yeah, Rookie Critic. I love that guy. He's like, he mentioned some like obscure comedian. I have no idea who, but Yeah, he had good things to say about you like years ago. So
Yeah, well, and it was just like but our thing was like we were small creators that we had it. You could say we had it in with a lot of the bigger channels at the time and stuff, and but we never acted differently. We never changed with it. So it was, because right after we'd still just interact with the small ones too. Like
sometimes
we weren't like we've streamed with the people that have over 100,000 subscribers.
If anything, we're like, oh my god, we got
better.
this stupid cool big people we love. Like it was just like what a treat, you know?
Yeah, just like neat. That was cool. All right, back to business.
Yeah. I wasn't like I wasn't fangirl, but it was just like, wow, this is awesome. Like I can't believe I got to hang out with someone I've been watching for like a year or two. I love that I'm always catching the live streams, you know. So it's like, e-celeb, it's like, oh, movie star in the past, kind of like same, like, oh wow, I got to meet you, hot dog. No, I'm not a like celebrity worshiper, but it was just like, yeah, it was cool. It was fun. And that's what I forgot to tell you the other day, Ricky, was I was scrolling through my subs, and for some reason I'm still subbed to World Class Bullshitters. I just can't let myself unsub from them. Even I haven't watched them in like a year or more.
They were kind of your link into the Fandom Menace.
Yeah, they were the link. They are the center of the Fandom Menace and what has blown up into Comicsgate. They are the root of all for this whole history of this sector of the internet. But yeah, I saw they had a live stream, I guess Tuesday, 200,000 sub celebration, and I see it's got 1,500 viewers, and I'm like,
man,
this does not add up. This does not add up.
I feel so bad for them because I know they tried really hard, and those guys were really like they're the fans type of people.
Yeah,
where they also would like to talk with, like they didn't care what size your channel was or anything. They're cool. But
no, yeah, it's a weird thing where it's like, no, they're cool, but the way everything blew up and the Jesse Milestone is like, I just can't deal with cucks of any kind of.
Yeah, I feel like they never
people.
stood their ground on a like made their voice heard.
Yeah, it's like no, like when I talk about bullshitters with Jeff Hicks, when I talk about him and the bullshitters, when I'm saying like weak or cuck, it's not like, oh, they're shifty, they're spineless, like they're rats or something. It was just like no balls is what I'm getting at, and seeing that, like I can't partake. Like it's ruined now. It's tarnished. I can't go back.
But they're nice guys at least. So
yeah,
that's a rarity amongst a lot of the originals.
Yeah, it's never a like, don't watch them, fuck them, whatever. It's just like, I cannot partake anymore. Like it's ruined.
Yeah.
On top of it too, at some point, everything's like, yeah, Star Wars sucks. It's not the original trilogy. Just like, all right, man. And then like, oh, John Hughes movies, 80s shit. And it's like, I hate almost all of these fucking hit 80s films, or at best I like them. They're okay. I'm not gushing over them at all. And it's kind of just, they're stuck in the 80s fandom, and that's fine. But it's just like, no, like I'm cool to crap on Star Wars shit, but I also like Star Wars still. I give them props when they make something interesting. Like even Acolyte had a lot of interesting ideas. And I feel like they just are so stunted with like Last Jedi era commentary, on top of just the persona Jeff has allowed himself and not having balls to like fight back or anything. And it's just like, I can't. I appreciate it. I'll never discredit him getting me started, inspiring me, but it's ruined.
Yep, indeed. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through their page right now. And it's like
trying to find a video of interest. Like,
not that I'm going to watch this, but it's like the Acolyte fallout continues. Yes, it got worse. The Crow remake, soulless, pointless, and terrible.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the issues in our sphere, is that so many people just are so similar in how they talk about everything. It's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
dude, I hate it. There was some channel. I might have showed it. But there was some channel. I'm like, it was like just a random topic. It might have been like about Furiosa or something more recent, and it was like a negative viewpoint, or Might have been talking about like masculinity in film or something.
10
It was
years.
like it was
too late.
constructive. It was constructive though. It was a good bit. But then I started scrolling through his channel, and it's just like woke Doctor Who. This sucks, and I'm like, fuck. Like I thought, like wow, new breath.
Thought we were
fresh
past this.
breath in YouTube. Like I finally found something, and I scroll. I'm like, oh God, why? No, it's not possible.
No.
Oh, okay. Here's a positive video, Arky, on bullshitters. Twisters is much better than you think. And the thumbnail says, surprisingly good.
All
Like,
right.
wow. Like all this shit is just crap, tragedy, turned, fans of turned, unsellable Star Wars, devastating Disney. Oh, here's a positive. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Is it the greatest legacy sequel? Who the fuck cares? Like, no one wanted a Beverly Hills Cop sequel like 40 years later. Acolyte, fake data? Question mark. And I'm just, bro, you're stuck in 2019, man. Like, fucking grow up. Still doing all these Star Wars toy videos. Like no one cares. Star Wars doesn't sell toys.
Some of the stuff was good in the time, but yeah,
Star Wars doesn't sell like fucking 5 toys in Walmart anymore. Besides Legos, they don't sell shit toys. No one cares. Oh, here's one you might like. This is 2 weeks ago. The economic black hole of Andor.
All right, I guess
Andor sucked because it spent money, rookie. Woke.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about that. Yeah, because they kind of said what you do like, half the time, where it's like what if they spent that money on other things? And it's like
that's not my point.
No. They're saying what if they made what if they made something as good as Andor, but spent that money on something else and made it different? Like I think like Star Wars Theory said something like that. He's like, how about they make like the Kenobi show good like Andor? And with that money or something. He said, I swear we watched a video where he said something like that. But maybe I'm remembering it wrong.
Kay says, you think I came in CG at the right time instead of I came early on? I don't know. Mandy's been here pretty, as far as I know. Like, I want to say
she's here around the Fandom Menace
popped
time.
in
Maybe
like
year after Fandom Menace started.
2019 at the latest. She was in a war campaign chat with me.
2019 was COVID. No, she was here before that, I think. Like, she was here before.
Let me look up Wart the Wizard campaign.
Because she was in the Rookie's Quest. That's how I have to catalog this in time, which might have been that was right before 2019. It's probably 2018. That's what I'm guessing.
All right, so her Wart the Wizard campaign on Indigo ended September 2019. So, and I remember at least 6 months before that she was in chat, like showing different little pieces. In development. So yeah, she's been here for a while. Yeah, so no, it's just you maybe would have had to have thicker skin, maybe. Not that you don't, say, but
yeah, the longer you're here, the more you see people and how they act and grow. Yeah, you grow tougher skin essentially, or you don't. You know, that's kind
also
of trade. For
like
people.
I love Mandy. I don't really watch her stuff just because I got other things. I'm always watching Rome shit. Like I don't watch anybody. I watch Rome stuff and Greek shit. Like so no one's really getting my viewership, unfortunately, for them. Not that I wouldn't be interested, but it's just, you know, Rome supersedes all. And but yeah, like there's also the factor that, again, like you're kind of one of the bros, just how you carry yourself. You know, there's feminine charm to you and stuff, but you're not simp bait. Aside from just the natural fact you're a woman, inherently gives you like simp bait factor to some degree.
It's a superpower.
Well, because it's like comics, movies, like this is all male nerd shit. Like girls generally, aren't watching.
Girl enters a room,
movie YouTube in-depth commentary. Like this is Joe Rogan territory, basically.
Yeah.
So you're in a sausage fest. So that's what I mean with like you just have a natural simp ability factor because you are a female. That's not like hideous or anything. So versus Mandy leans into the sex appeal, and she always has. And so that gives a lot of attention, but also will get, the ire of males. To some degree justifiable, at least the hesitancy to accept you in the group if you're doing that, because it could be like a kind of OnlyFans light gateway, that you could misuse. But yeah, I like how Mandy handles herself, where she's like leans in the sex appeal. It's like, yeah, I got tits. I'm gonna shake them for you. I'm gonna wear a cute outfit. She doesn't hide from it, and so there's like an honesty as opposed to like deception. And so, after a while, she just like maintains herself.
Yeah, that's the thing too. She hasn't changed much as far as her behavior or anything since she
Yeah,
started.
she's been
So it's
consistent.
been very consistent. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things we like being on here for like 7 years. Just consistency and honesty
Yeah.
with it. Like there's no, I mean, it's what everybody says they want, but nobody does it. It's just they say no drama. Well, yeah, but when you're like being all sneaky and like, that's what you're gonna cause it. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but yeah, you're
I
good.
think Katie came in at a good point here. I think because I don't know if people would clip things a lot, but lots of different people would clip lots of different things. But you kind of become like known as a library of sorts to figure out what we need to figure out. Is there a video on this? Well, she probably has one on this or something. And clip, snip, snip is now kind of like it's like
every time I hear
it's like a catchphrase, which is funny because that might have been created by the Rippaverse more than her. I don't know, but that's funny. But then also on top of that, she tries to promote comic books and do live streams and stuff. So it's not just you're not just doing clips and stuff. You're also participating and helping people out. So that's I'd say you came in at a good time. Honestly, it's good.
Yeah. This is kind of a tangent, not to like get distracted from it, but I don't want to forget this. I saw this.
What we were talking about was a tangent, really. We didn't really.
Well, I was addressing Katie.
We already did the main topic. Well, I'm saying we already did the main topic, so now anything's pretty much on the board.
Yeah, it's anything. It's kind of underwhelming, this debut.
We did the topic, so it's like, okay, yeah, now anything.
Yeah, so this is a clip from CNN. So you got a panelist
looking at here.
3 blacks, whammons, and I guess the host, and then this guest white guy. I don't know who any of these people are. I think this black chick is going to be talking mostly as a representative, if I'm not mistaken. Don't know from what state, if so. But they're talking about the LA fires and DEI, and this is a pretty funny clip to me because I think this really surmises one of many factors we're in our society right now.
Call a news story from last year. There was some interest in the fire departments and the firefighters in California, and the interest was that there were too many white men who were firefighters, and we need to have a program in California to make sure we don't have enough white men as firefighters. So we have.
Oh, instantly the chatter. They're these fucking black bitches just can't shut the fuck up and let a white man talk. Listen and learn. A white man is speaking.
We have DEI, we have budget cuts, and yet
these are supposed to be like, experts in some capacity for whatever they're here for, and they're supposed to be professional. This is one of the
they're interrupting him immediately, like don't let him finish.
They're instantly triggered. There's this is supposed to be like talking
setting
heads
examples
on a topic, and it's like, hey, we're going to exchange ideas and argue our case.
You're supposed to point to your little daughter and be like, you can be like,
how could you? Like, CNN's gotten in trouble lately. This whole, like, let's say last 6 months, when like the kind of writing on the wall became apparent more and more every day with Trump is going to take office. Propaganda isn't working against him. And there was something like some guy I think it was a black guy too, was trying to talk about like, hey, let's just address one of the many elephants in the room why Democrats have lost is, this like trans shit, however you feel about it, there is half the country voted against our candidate and our side. We should look in the mirror and be objective. And again, this is a black guy speaking. So diversity, think about like the hierarchy. And black guy's talking honestly about, and he wasn't even being transphobic. He was just saying, like,
you need to make this into a visual with like, okay, hierarchy, black guy's talking. So he's at this level.
he's at
level
this stage. But yeah, he's talking and being very frank about the time. And probably in reality, he probably hates the trans shit too, because he's a black guy and black people are really homophobic because they're like deep Southern Protestant, like rooted, even if they're in like Detroit or whatever. All the churching is basically the same across America with black people. Thinking like Tyler Perry kind of shit, like lots of singing, hooping, hollering type of worship. Black people are very expressive and fun with their churching and stuff. Lots of good music and whatnot, soul and all that. A lot of fire and brimstone Protestantism as well with that. So you just good to assume a black person is probably, especially a man, is probably homophobic, transphobic. So this is the clash of minorities. But regardless, he's on the news and he's like addressing a real topic of like, you really push this abortion shit, and then trans is the other big like social issue that turns people off because it's really hard to argue that a guy in a dress that's obviously a guy doesn't pass or isn't even trying to, going in locker rooms of girls, going into sports with girls and beating the fuck out of them in whatever capacity. It's really hard to like sell people on. And this guy, like, for news discussing this topic, they're like, why did we lose? Instantly, like, I'm not even gonna accept this as transphobic. I'm not even gonna accept the discussion. Like,
they say they're gonna kill
this
him.
is why you lost. This is why you lost. Like, it like really encapsulates. So this is another like recent, like today or last night, where it's like, holy, when are you going to learn?
When it's you, I do wonder, like, after I watched that recycling video about how like that's kind of been ingrained in us to recycle, even though it barely accomplishes anything. But like that's almost like a part of what most people think of now. Like, is this just like another? Where did this brainwashing come from? And these seem to be in adults, so it's like, when did this start? Like, did it skip generations, or was it like dormant, like a Russian like a sleeper or something? Like, you know, that was activate trans protocol trans shit. And it's like,
well,
all right,
you know, there's like the trope. There's like the trope of where are the white women at with black guys?
Yeah.
Because look at
where's that chirping sound coming
look
from
at
as
almost
well?
any famous black athlete in America. If he's married, it's probably a white woman, maybe a Latina of some kind. Almost never a black woman. All right. So these are the top tier of their race. And they have gotten the riches. They've gotten the keys to the castle, so to speak, in their field. And their queens are white women.
Yes.
Or Latinas. Or even Asian, maybe. And I say that because you got like the fatherlessness epidemic for decades now, more and more and more with black community. And it's because like, it's not a joke. Black guys don't want black women. And this is like a window into that as well, where it's like, they can't shut the fuck up. They're aggressive. They're masculine. And, you know, they're not like being like loud here, but there's this like butting in. This is aggressive. This is a masculine, like, you butt in when you're a guy to like, I know what's up, you know. Not to say that's good. Anyone's doing that for conversations, but it's another little window of like, do you want shit to get better?
I'm wondering now, if your house is burning down, how much do you care what color the firefighters
You
are?
can respond and then
Listen, I am so tired. You know what? There was an article that just came out that said that actually the most educated demographic in this country right now is black women. So let's
doubt.
I don't think they heard a word he said.
See, she already has a talking point from a obviously biased source.
And she didn't like address anything he just said either. Like he said, what does it matter what color the person is who saves you, like, from a fire? And she's like, statistically, black women are intelligent. It's like, that's not
nonetheless
anything to do with what he said at all. All right, now address what he said, though. His point is irrelevant. Okay.
Let me be clear. Because you are a woman, or because I know that some of the right has been sharing these photos of the fact that I believe that the fire chief may be a woman or something, that has nothing to do with it. We are looking at qualifications. What diversity, equity, and inclusion has always been about is saying, you know what? Open this up. Don't just look at the white men. Open it up and recognize that other people.
Look at the difference in body language here. Look how this guy is just like, yeah, all right, sure, but LA is being engulfed in hellfire.
I wish that instead of having the like picture of the night behind them, that they had the fires behind them while they talk. So she's like, it doesn't matter, this is opening the scale, and it's like, yeah, sure. Anyway, so there was what's kind of funny is that like I don't think what she's realizing when they do this DEI thing is that like there's a significant amount more of white men that are willing to put their lives on the line for jobs like this compared to like everyone else, like, right? That want to do it and
it's going to be predominantly white men, because this is like at least 50% white country versus all the collection of minorities. So it's just statistically retarded to like
they're
ice out the majority applicants.
Yeah, it's not. What she's saying is the opposite of what they're doing, though. They're not just looking and opening the range; they're closing off part of the range that is willing to do it, and they're opening it to people that typically don't want to do it, and
aren't as good. And it's not even a race thing, but it's like from what I understand, they have like a lesbian fire chief in LA.
Yeah,
and all of her rhetoric has just prioritized like women, diversity shit.
It's like the
not
fire
about
chiefs.
Yeah, we're gonna make sure they're trained.
Fires and yeah, okay. If you're gonna have women do this, you should make sure these are really skilled women and whatever. Like, fine. You know what? If you want to hire all these LGBT, fine. Make sure they're really good at firefighting. Like,
I don't think I want to hire people that are slurred as flamers to put out fires. It sounds counterproductive, honestly.
See, but that would be a funny video to see a couple of gay firemen, hey, you.
Oh, it's really hot here.
Really hot in here. Like, it's doing quips to each other while a house is burning down. And they're trying to, put it down with a little hose. Like, oh, this is so powerful. I'm gonna spray
I
you.
hope Brian Long does a fucking LA fire video. That would be fucking great.
You. Oh, now I'm all wet. Let's get out of here. This is boring.
Can be qualified, and the fact that
I just love this guy.
At a time when people are dying, decide that a country of immigrants is failing, or people are dying because the same very people that built this country. Because the last time I checked, y'all didn't say that anything was wrong with the White House, and I can promise you, it was my ancestors that built the White House. So listen,
look how just like you can see he's like,
she's just
what does this have to do with fires? What does
she's just
fucking White House
gone
built
off on
in
a
the
tangent.
1800s, possibly by slave labor? What the fuck does this have to do with putting out the fires in 2025?
Like, I feel like at this point she's just making it about herself for some reason. I don't know. Like, he's literally just like, I'm trying to stay on topic. What are you doing? Like, why is this hard?
It's like he just gets on there and he's like, I'll tell you the problem here, DEI. And then you get like this fucking DEI dissertation. It's like, yeah, how's it put out fires?
Right.
We have been good enough to build this country. We are good enough to serve and die overseas. We are good enough to serve in other ways. And the fact that people actually decide that they want to engage in public service, whether it's sitting in Congress or whether it's serving on the fire department or the police department, should not be an issue. The fact is, stop trying to act as if only white men are the ones that are capable. Because right now you're sitting at a table with 3 very capable Black women.
I'm not. I'm just simply saying that as a matter of public policy in California, the main interest in the fire department lately has been in DEI programming and budget cuts, and now we have this massive fire.
Are we really, but Scott, are we really blaming the fire department? The people in the LA fire.
No,
department.
She has no real counter. She's
Well, I love how quickly he just was like, I'm gonna ignore the hibbity jibbity real quick and then just go straight to the point, back to the topic, and just continue where I left off. She's like, why are you saying all this stuff? He's like, I'm not anyway. So he just goes right into. I feel like he's been here before. Like this is not his first rodeo with this sort of thing. He's been around.
He's very conditioned in the sense of like, yeah, I've been here before. Anyway,
let the lady finish talking. She's actually stopped talking. Now I'll just quickly say I'm not, and then continue, because this is I don't know. I feel like that's almost like a clip-worthy thing. Just the I'm not, but without the context of her talking that whole long, it doesn't hit the same. So that's just funny. That's good.
What movie? I'm trying to think what movie it is where he's like, my turn.
I love she right here. This girl's like I keep just. He's done. No, she's not happy with his like logical response. Like that. No, you don't even get it. See, let's see what she says.
Blaming the Democrats who
No.
run the state.
But the fire department right now, they are dealing with a historic fire. Okay,
And they have terrible leadership.
That is
Political
caused
leadership.
by climate, by the fact
I don't
that
know
it
that.
is
I don't-
extremely
Okay,
dry in the
that's
state of
okay.
California, and they are fighting it in tropical force winds in that state.
She's
I'd like to ask
grasping.
her. I'd like to ask her what
Grasping for straws.
I would like to ask her what climate and tropical force winds are. Like, she doesn't know what those words mean. I don't think.
So glad I'm not.
I feel like it's almost like a clippable thing to have as like a clip, but it's almost not, because it's better with just with the context. It's perfect. Without the context, it's I don't
Yeah, it's
know. I don't know what to
unfortunate.
say.
Like this lady didn't look bad, but she's
yeah,
she's deep state controlled. She's one of the globalists.
but I do like how she's like, it is the climate, even though it's like, what do you mean the climate? Like, what do you mean by the climate? Just the air ignited the fire or something? Like, what do you think caused it, really?
Yeah, I see this and I just think of this.
I know you guys are gonna think I'm gay.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Keely Chow was like, I would do her.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
I'd take her out to a nice lobster dinner, then never call her again.
Who's the guy that's talking, or like the guy that
I have no
the white guy?
idea. I have
Because
no
like
idea.
he's just like randomly Chad now. Like he's news Chad.
Oh yeah.
He's news Chad, man.
Let me see. Let me start investigating a little bit, see if I can find it.
Because like that's just like perfect debate thing. He's just like, you're gonna say this stuff. Yep. Okay, back on topic. How can you possibly blame the fire department who hasn't restocked the water and whatever, who hasn't who cut the budget funding and everything in a state?
Oh my god, he just so I guess he's a pundit on CNN, and his let me share this.
He's get fired or something.
I mean, we'll find out tomorrow, I guess.
Women, I don't know.
But this is his page. Scott Jennings, I'm assuming Kentucky, because it says KY. It's either Kentucky or he means the sexual lube, because he's fucking Chad. But just look at this. Look at this. This is his banner.
I want to follow this guy. I don't really follow news people, but this guy's face is great. There, with her, he's like,
it's like, oh really?
Yeah. Hibbity jibbity. Sure.
I'm assuming he's a Democrat. He's on CNN. Otherwise, he's like,
that's what's kind of funny, because he's just like, I'm just stating a normal thing. And I don't know. It's like, yep.
Well, it's funny because everyone started noticing CNN getting more centrist and seemingly more towards normalcy, which I think is a veil, because Zaslav is from a certain tribe. If you catch my drift, he's running the stuff. He's running the show at Warner Discovery, whatever that merger is called, which CNN falls under. just like all the other media is owned by a certain tribe or friend of tribe in a certain region in the Middle East. And so like they were like on it, reporting on Kamala's flip-floppy dialogue about the Palestine situation. Like she's in Michigan, she's pandering to the Muslims. Then she's in Pennsylvania, she's pandering to like Zionist ideology. That's why she lost, because the media is owned by that certain tribe. And so they're like, well, yeah, we'll go right wing if it protects the special place. So don't be fooled, people. Don't be fooled by CNN going seemingly more right wing now. They're playing you. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I love this guy. This guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, or at least, you know what? I think every time we do a show, we should see if he's got a funny clip on his Twitter or something. Like,
yeah, I'm going to follow him. Yeah, I do like to follow libtards sometimes to kind of keep my finger on the pulse on the other side. Unfortunately, that one bitch, Laza, she put her foot in her mouth, and I like caught her.
Yeah,
I caught her, and I'm like, wait, but what about this? And she's like, huh? And I'm like, I can't remember what the topic was. And I'm like, yeah, well, you said this before. Now you're like switching this way, things. And then she blocked me.
Of course. So Glad says, right now you're sitting at a table with 3 capable black women, and then put I'm not, and then clip cut. That's out. That's a good idea.
I will do that tonight. I'll do that. Be sure to follow me at Angus Reviews. And I'll put that out tonight or tomorrow.
Honestly, you should just have the I'm not, have that for Twitter responses or something. Like, no, you're just a whatever thing, whatever, just I'm not. Just I don't know. See if it fits some replies. Or just his, or like a screenshot of his face. The reaction, just like, yeah. Especially you because you're not
dismissive smirk.
Especially you because you're not white, so it's funny. Especially if you're talking about black shit. Yes.
No, I'm not doing that. Jeff Hicks. I remember Jeff Hicks be like, "I'm not white," you know, because he's like ready to use his like race card to
more powerful.
squash the argument, but it's like,
card's more
no, I am
powerful
white.
than the other. Yeah. Yeah, but
hey, what's up,
Skullface?
Skullface?
Always not called yet. What's up? He's got Stone Toss little avatar.
Yeah, comic books. I fucking dude. Oh shit, let me find it. Stone Toss actually made a cartoon today about the LA fires. Let me make sure I save that clip though. Yeah, I said when I shared it, I love the dichotomy established here. Dumb black woman espousing nonsense about how all the diversity hires that have contributed to the LA fires are actually totally qualified, while a white guy sits and observes with content bemusement. Fucking awesome.
That's funny.
All right, saving this.
That's good. That's good.
Oh man.
We should just look up like news white versus black debate or something.
No.
Just for like watch a minute or two and see if we can last 2 minutes watching whatever it is. Be like, okay, I'm sure.
Let's not laugh.
And this is probably a weird prediction. Like, do you think that the white guy says more or that the black people say more? Like, who talks more in the debate? Thank you, Summer Swan. She just gifted or what?
Whoa!
She gifted membership or members for 10 months. I said gifted 10 members.
No, she's just
saying hello.
Being a member for 10 months.
Hello.
Thank you for being a member. Appreciate it. Let me know what y'all want for memberships, because like I don't know what to do for y'all to make it worthwhile.
You should read a page of Squidward. I mean Horseman.
Yeah, we are getting Horseman #1 this year. Okay. Horseman. No, it was just
appreciate you stopping
Rookie
by.
said that, so I thought I'd be like, whoa, get ready to get a super chat clip or something.
Yeah, no, I wasn't looking at the screen entirely, and then I was like, oh, that's just okay, just notification. I didn't know it gives notifications like that. So congrats for 10 months though. Sweet.
Yeah,
nice.
Appreciate it.
And have a good time at work, I hope.
Jesus, work this late hour? What the fuck are you doing?
Well, if it's if it's my time, it's barely 9 o'clock. So
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
Let's see if there's anything else that I found interesting. Kind of a slow week, slow day. I saw the Star Wars baby show is apparently doing horrible. That made me happy because my friend I told you about here.
Like with what?
The friend like I go to Waffle House with and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like, "Oh, you watch the Skeleton Crew?" And he seemed kind of like excited to talk about it. And I'm like, "No." And I actually like forgot it existed. Like I don't give a fuck. Wasn't interested in the trailer. And
Skeleton Crew? You mean that dead TV show?
And he's like talking up and saying like it's pretty good plot and stuff. It's not woke. Like I don't care if it's woke. It just
can he tell you what the plot was?
I'm not watching Star Wars babies. I no.
Can he tell you what the plot was? Like
I kind of just I think I just like he never did because I just kind of shut him down from the get-go. Which I sort of feel bad about, but
to me I'd be like, okay, when you're like one of the normie friends, it's like, oh, it's got a good story.
Well, no, he's not a normie though. Like he watches Critical Drinker and shit, so he's somewhat aware of like commentary and stuff.
I think you know what I mean though, in a way, like just he's probably not as engaged with live streams and
no, definitely
all the YouTube sphere,
not,
Twitter, not on Twitter all the time. It's stuff like that. So I'll call that in the more normie pile, essentially. Yeah. If they say, oh, there's a good story, I'd be like, can you explain any of it before, like, to convince me to watch it because the story's so good, right? Like, if they can't, it's like, no, thanks. Hail Satan, Hollywood. Oh, because they set the fires. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could.
I heard somebody say that there's a rumor that a Satanist cult set the fires or something, started the fires.
Oh, I have no idea what that, but like, so the first image is alluding to like satanic pedophiles or whatever. This is alluding Eyes Wide Shut, weird satanic orgy or whatever in that film. Like secret society, and then it's like, oh, Hollywood's on fire. It's like Hell Satan, but then they're actually in hell now and they're fleeing in terror because it's a fucking LARP. Like, there's a lot of ways you could parse this out. Like, Stone Toss is so good.
I thought it was cult members setting Hollywood on fire or something. Like it's Satan worshippers burning Hollywood. Like, shit, gotta get out of the way.
It's kind of like this image that he did, where it's like, I like Satan and chaos. Pretty edgy, huh? And he's like, sure, I prefer God and orderliness. And he's like, he's gonna kill everyone. Which is fine because, yeah, like I've talked about before, like I was interested in joining the Satanic Temple. They were going to start a chapter in Columbus. So I went to the first meeting. Because if you read the tenets of Satanic Temple, you hear satanic stuff, but like Satan's not real. He's at most a metaphor for people of like inquisitive nature, basically Prometheus. And the tenets are very like humanistic, Buddhist, kind of science-minded. So like it's like the tenets sound fucking rational and objective, science-based. When you think of science, you think like, oh, well, if new data appears, I will like adjust my opinion based on new evidence, So it sounds all logical and reasonable, but Satanic Temple is basically like just full of trolls that want to like antagonize abortion protesters. I think they got some good ideas. I like the trolling on Christians legally, because like I first became aware of them at all when I was a kid in Oklahoma. Oklahoma was trying to put the 10 Commandments on the state capitol grounds. Now, America's First Amendment, freedom of religion, and there's separation of church and state clause. So if the government sanctions religious iconography to be on state grounds, they have to open the door to everyone to do so, as long as it's tasteful you know, and that's subjective to some degree. So the Satanic Temple, like, it's like, oh yeah, well, we want to put Baphomet on the state grounds, and then they like instantly just like removed the notion of the Ten Commandments, so then they wouldn't have to even open the door to that possibility. And so they kind of trolled them into submission, because it's like, well, First Amendment. And so they instantly stopped, which is funny. So like that's the appeal for me on the outside. Like, yeah, like that's a pretty boss move. You got good ideas with your tenants, me being an atheist. But then you go there and it's just fucking just weirdos, man. They're just edgelords, you know. They're just antagonists. It's no real depth, no real purpose. So I was kind of actually turned off by actually meeting other people interested. And they're all fucking libtards, unfortunately. Like, with the religious tenets, it's like it should just be open, you know. I had the same problem when I was trying to like network in like an atheist group or something. You know, the root of the group is like, well, we don't believe in God, you know. We're rationalist theoretically. But then you go there and they're all libtards. They're all like, all the time I was like hating Trump or whatever. I'm like, but I like Trump. You know, so it's like, well, I'm not welcome here, you know, like. So that's why it's funny for me seeing this, 'cause like, yeah, this is very true. It's such a two-faced fucking stance. But I fucking love Stone Toss. Sorta, yeah. I mean, I love the idea of the kind of Promethean view of the story of Satan, because really his sin is inquisitiveness. If you know, view it like literally, not like oh, he defied God or something. It's like, yeah, he's cursed for inquiring or questioning the order of things. It's a very like human appealing thing. But yeah, the people are cringe, unfortunately.
Yep.
Let me see what else. I feel like there's something else that caught my eye. Let me search really quick.
Hopefully, it wasn't a you know, fake bloody plastic, you know, eye patch thing or something. You know,
the Yaira eye pussy.
Yeah, I really. It was so funny when you said that, because I was like, I mean, it kind of looks like a vagina. Oh, he just said it. Okay, yeah. I was like, but why? It just no. I'm like, does this look like? I don't think this is what it would look like at all. I don't know. Maybe if you like made it part of the skin instead of like.
I'll show people in
not
case
part
they're
of the-
like, "What are you talking about, Rookie?"
Yeah.
Angus? Let me fast forward and find it, just so you see it, in case you missed the start of this. Go back.
Yeah, so like I was trying to give it props for being a little gory, but with it being the Saska sisters making it, you'd think they'd make it look. You think they'd have experience with like gore effect, right? To like, but I guess they're not drawing it, are they? No.
Yeah, this is the eye pussy you're talking about. So the problem that I caught is not just that this stands out and looks like a vagina, but it seems apparent to me, not being an artist, but just my guess, is that this face is drawn properly and then this is layered over it in the drawing. So basically they're drawing a prosthetic over the drawing, and so it doesn't mesh with the rest of the body. It seems like an artificial wound placed on the drawing. And it looks like a vagina too. So eye pussy.
Yeah. Something about it just looks weird. So yeah. Fun one. That one in the ear are the funniest. It's still images out of the whole thing to me.
Oh, this one was pretty funny. Let me this is about, I think, negotiations. Let me bring this up. I've seen this guy do skits before. I don't know his name.
Sir, I was wondering if I could have a raise.
I'm listening.
Well, I've been a top performing salesman at the company for the last 3 years. I'm the first one.
Okay, stop. It's done.
Really?
On one condition.
Sure.
You tell my family I love them. If I give you this pay raise, it'll come out of my paycheck, which means I won't be able to provide for my family the way I want to, and I can't.
I want the race. It's fine. Just put
What?
the race down. I don't want the race. I don't want the race. It's fine.
See what I did there, guys? I negotiated with DuPont executive approach to higher salaries.
Sir,
What the fuck?
All right. I think that's just like making fun of the, like, you know, the what was it? The always be closing or something. I assume that's kind of.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's fucking Alec Baldwin. It's
Always
like
be
Glenn,
closing or something.
Glenn Ross, I think, is the film. I've never seen it. But I've
I
seen
never
that
saw it
scene.
either, so but I know that scene. So it could be what he's aping a little, or what inspired the skit. Maybe.
Let me see. All right, let's.
People order our patties.
Maybe that's where they got them. I don't know. I don't know. That's actually now I'm gonna have to watch this movie. Let me look this up really quick. Glenn Ross came out in 1992. It's a crime thriller. No, I don't want the whole wiki plot. All right. When an office full of New York City real estate salesmen is given the news that all but the top 2 will be fired at the end of the week, the atmosphere begins to heat up. Shelley Levine, who has a sick daughter, does everything in his power to get better leads from his boss, Kevin Spacey, but to no avail. When his coworker Dave Moss comes up with a plan to steal the leads, things get complicated for the tough talking salesman. So they're getting sweated for their jobs. So could be. It looks like a good cast. It's got Alan Arkin, Ed Harris, Al Pacino's in it, Alec Baldwin, of course. A lot of white males. You know what? You know what? Oh man, hold on. Let me look this up. What is it called? Christian Film Reviews. Is this it? Movie guide? It is. Yes. Okay, we're gonna investigate. I don't know why this came up in my mind, but oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you this and then I'll tell you my idea to like counter, I guess, or all right. So this is Movie Guide, the family guide to movies and entertainment. So let's go to movie reviews. Scroll through here. Let me know what catches your eye. What should we investigate? Okay, we've seen Carry On. Let's look at Carry On. So instantly it says -2 for content. All right, let's read the review. All right. Terrific thriller with strong moral clarity is the
spectacular, thrilling thriller. Stunning thriller.
It's got no nudity. It's got light sex, moderate language and violence. Nothing heavy.
When did it have light sex?
Maybe the fact that someone showed their cleavage. Or again, this is a Christian movie site.
This was very. I don't remember there being. We saw the movie. Was there a boob in it? Like when? I don't remember.
Maybe because they'll explain it, but maybe because I don't think they're married. So maybe that is the light sex. Maybe the fact that like she's pregnant is a topic.
God, this is why Angus is useful as a friend. He can like translate these weird descriptions of things that are like, that doesn't make any sense. And you're like, no, it's because she's pregnant. It's light sex. What?
Yeah, so Carry On is an excellent Netflix thriller about a young TSA agent named Ethan. I didn't even realize his name was Ethan.
Well, it's just like that cell's not a great sell for like, this is an amazing thing.
No, I was laughing because of EVS.
I know, Ethan. I know. Yeah.
We got to put his face on this.
Yes. Carry on.
Make it Carrie Pie or something. I don't know.
He's my Carrie Pie.
There you Ethan, who's threatened by a mysterious villain known only as Traveler.
We'll call him EJ, but he's traveling, whatever.
Traveler demands a dangerous package be allowed to clear inspection and onto a plane full of people.
It's going to be shipped to them with the plane.
It's going to rip us send a bomb. If Ethan doesn't comply, he may move differently.
He may call the cops.
If Ethan doesn't comply, his pregnant girlfriend will be shot and killed. This gives the movie a large dramatic tension and a personal and emotional sense of mission. Actually, they really fucked up delivering any depth to the relationship for us to care. It's like they are a couple and pregnancy is an opening issue.
I forgot she was pregnant, and I forgot she worked there.
Yeah, but yeah,
It's just
so
like, oh, yeah,
director whatever directed some of Liam Neeson's best action movies. He brings his impressive skills to the table. He's created a movie that moves ultra fast. Actually, I was falling asleep until the car scene. With lots of exciting suspense. Carry On has strong performances by its three leads and a deep bench in its supporting cast. The movie takes place on Christmas Eve in a packed airport, so it's a great homage to the first two Die Hard movies, but stands on its own as one of the best stories in recent years. Carry On has a clearly defined hero and villain, giving it strong moral clarity. However, it has many obscenities, 3 strong profanities, and a live-in pregnant girlfriend. Ha! Told you! That's the sex in the movie that they're rating light on the sex rating.
Because she's pregnant, but that doesn't...
Because she's a girlfriend. She's not a wife who's pregnant.
That's not sex, though.
Well, it's a sex-based tension for him. His relationship hinges on the sexual connection that is immoral. It's immoral. It is out of wedlock.
But who describes it like that?
This is concerning to parents, Rookie, showing the immoral cohabitation of non-married people.
Light sex, I would assume they think is like making out or something.
Well, they might kiss, and they're definitely in bed, possibly post-coital when we meet them, and she brings to light her pregnancy. In the non-matrimonious relationship. So this could be of concern to parents, Rookie.
I wish there was like a compilation of every time we come across something retarded that I have to learn about this sort of thing. And you explain it to me. You're like, no, Rookie, this is what it means.
Sex outside of marriage that is not hetero and monogamous is sin. And depending on your gradient, your denomination of Christian, even positions of sex in a marriage that is hetero and monogamous could still be bad. Some denominations may view oral sex within a marriage as bad. So there's all sorts of gradients depending on your specific brand of Christendom. So Movie Guide advises extreme caution.
Sex. Yeah.
Here is some of the definitions or clarity on the content that is questionable. So, dominant worldview and other worldview content elements. Strong moral, pro-life worldview with light redemptive elements of a hero risking his life to save thousands of others, marred slightly by him cohabitating with his girlfriend, although no sex is shown, plus 2 supporting male characters who are married. I forgot. Yeah, they got the gays. The gays are in it. Remember?
Oh, right. Oh, right. I totally forgot about that. They're not even in a scene together.
Yeah, but that's
two
like
gays
you
apart.
find out
if they didn't say they were like a relationship, I could just assume they were friends. So that's kind of funny. Or brothers, even like they got my brother.
I don't know, Ricky.
Yeah.
Like if we were in this scenario and you were inside and I gotta I'm locked up in the van and gotta escape and get the rifle, and I find out, oh, Ricky got killed, and be like,
You'd be thinking, I wonder what his last meme was or something.
Maybe like, So can I get his movies or like
He say you can have it before you die.
we're on the last phone call together. It's like in case you don't make it, you can have it.
There's paramedics like come on, and I'm like there is another Skywalker. And tell Angus I said that.
All right. So they counted foul language, 22 obscenities, including 12 S words and 3 GD profanities.
GD.
Goddamn. Taking the Lord's name in vain.
They count that as profanity. That's so cute.
Violence. Strong and light action violence includes 2 people are shot by bullets, but with almost no blood, and they survive. A man punches a woman, but in context, it was necessary and his only option. Several hand-to-hand combat scenes with punching and kicking, and 2 scenes of people being choked, although not fatally.
You say not sexually. This is a new segment, I think. Reading Christian reviews.
It's like,
this is so funny.
Don't take my word for how awesome this movie is. Let's check in on Movie Guy.
GD words. God, I never would have thought. God damn. Like, what do you mean? I was like groomer.
So goddamn is bad because it's basically. I'm assuming, I don't know fully, but my guess is that saying goddamn is like you're basically trying to call upon God to like curse a thing that you're like besmirching. So it's like there's a context of like commanding God, and so that is dismissive of you being subordinate to him. That's my guess. If I'm being like in depth, trying to analyze why is goddamn like, ooh, you can't, ooh, like it's just disrespectful ultimately for being vague.
I remember when I was younger, there's a friend that got really pissed off when I said, God damn, and he like chucked the basketball at me. He was like, don't you say God's name in vain. I was like, God damn you.
But God's name's Jesus.
I was confused. I was so confused as a kid when people would say God and Jesus interchangeably. Sometimes I'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Oh, it is the same
guy. Just like, but why are they different? Whatever.
Let me see. 2 scenes of people being choked, although not fatally. A high-speed and destructive fight occurs in a car on a crowded highway. A man dies from being trapped with nerve gas. Sex. No implied or depicted sex scenes, but an unmarried couple are shown clothed in bed, talking and discussing the woman's pregnancy. 2 men say they are married to each other. A few men make risque locker room type jokes about sex devices. Nudity. None. Alcohol use. A man pours some alcohol into another man's coffee cup without his knowledge, then gets him in trouble, and the other man loses his job. Yeah, some Christians
why are they saying it like this? Why aren't they saying like the character's name or something?
I guess to like, this is to somewhat be vague, so you're not like spoiling. Oh, well, I know that guy will pour coffee in that guy's drink.
I guess that makes sense. Right,
I don't know. Maybe Eric July wrote it.
Because I'm just like, all right. I mean, it's fine that you're not saying their names, but I think it's weird. But I guess was this a description or a review? What is this?
So this is a Movie Guide has 4,000 plus faith-based articles and movie reviews.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we need to take a look at like one each week because this is pretty funny.
So there's no smoking or drugs. Miscellaneous immorality. Villain threatens to kill a pregnant woman, tries to force a TSA agent to put many lives at risk by blackmailing him to pass a dangerous carry-on bag through inspection.
I hear it's not good to blackmail anything.
Let's see. What's another? Pretty much any Hallmark movie's probably going to get like a plus 3 or more.
They usually never show any sex ever. Thomas the Tank Engine. I wonder if that has any sex in it.
+2.
+2 out of what? 5?
I'm assuming 4 or 5. Yeah. Gladiator 2. Okay, so this will be interesting for me to read because I liked Gladiator 2. So everything is light on language, sex, and nudity, heavy on violence. Well, it's Gladiator. Like, what? It's about a class of people who fight to the death and hope to like earn their freedom after they kill enough people. Like, that's kind of the point. So extreme caution for older teenagers and adults. It's got a -2. The entertainment quality is a 4 stars. All right.
Extreme caution for adults.
Yeah.
Why
What
not
you
extreme?
need
So,
to know.
but kids, no caution at all. Go in full.
I
full bore.
assume it's meant to be like extreme caution for older teenagers and adults. Like, this is, I think they're blending
this is
two
for
ideas.
those.
Yeah, this is for the older people.
Okay, I got you. Just
That's
when
my
he
guess.
said extreme caution, I'm like, and then followed by that, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, there's the
Gladiator
adults.
2, Gladiator 2 is Ridley Scott's long-awaited return to ancient Rome. General Maximus and Lucilla's son Lucius returns to Rome as a gladiator. He's intent on exacting revenge against the Roman general who killed his wife in a battle in another land. However, the general is now married to his mother and is involved in a plot to overthrow the evil twin emperors now ruling Rome. Gladiator 2 is an exciting, spectacular, sometimes inspiring adventure, and has some great dramatic twists that propel the movie's message promoting liberty over tyranny. Yep, more gay democracy. In the end, the hero rallies the people against the tyranny of the two emperors. The movie also has a Christian character who heals the wounds of the gladiators. He makes a reference to forgiveness and salvation in one scene. However, the movie has lots of strong action violence, including some very bloody scenes. Gladiator 2 is more historical fiction than drama. It's not historically accurate. Also, our character makes lewd jokes about sometimes having homosexual relations. Finally, there are references to Roman pagan beliefs. See, that's what's funny. They're like cautioning, like, well, you may not like us because there's a gay joke. And it's like, these same people are like, yeah, American patriots, the military, God, country, family. You know, that's like a common message in like Protestant Americanism. What's weird about it is like, it seems that none of these faggots have been in the military because it's full of fucking homoerotic, butt slapping, gay jokes, blurring the lines of homosexuality sometimes with like how invested the friendships become. That's why I always say like Frodo and Sam in the film could have easily been gay and it wouldn't have changed the story at all. It would have been actually very believable, given it's basically like a war scenario they're in. I mean, they're in a grand war, cosmic war of good and evil, but there's like real wars happening. Their story is kind of like a trench war survival, you know, in itself, inspired by World War I warfare. And yeah, there's a lot of homoeroticism through all of history, whether it's
You see, but if they came across a little town of female hobbits, they'd probably all be getting their shag on, but then return to their gay adventure. So it's not gay.
So it's just it's really, it just chaps my hide actually. It's like, yeah, just if you're in the military, it's like hyper masculine. So you get a lot of like gay jokes and a lot of just, I remember in the barracks in fucking boot camp, this one guy, he was wearing like one of like our, like, I think the dress uniform trench coat. And we're in fucking South Carolina, so it's summer. No one's going to wear that shit. But he comes out of the shower wearing the trench coat, and then he like flashes us having tucked his dick. So like, yeah, it's just, it's an environment where people push the line, you know, it's a normal thing. So it just like, what do you, that's what you're worried about, a gay joke among bros? Like,
I mean, just there's always this in the straightest way. You'd smack another guy's ass or flick their balls with your
yeah, ball taps, yeah, all that, yeah,
yeah.
Finally, there are references to Roman pagan beliefs oh no, not in a Roman movie. How could they do this? They're corrupting the youth, Ricky.
What about the modern day Christian?
Well, it's just funny because I got to warn, because that's what's funny is like Christians love promoting this, like, you know, there's only one God and everything else is fake. But then they're like so scared of any, like the Harry Potter shit. Why are they so scared, Rookie? Because witchcraft, if you get into like the religious interest of like the history of witchcraft, whatever, it's way more appealing than church and just fucking hating yourself and being sad about you killed Jesus. You know, your existence that you had no choice in. You killed Jesus. It's your fault he died on the cross for you. Like that's like the core message. Because it's like, you know, we're all born with original sin, so we all have a part to play in his sacrifice. So there's an implicit eternal guilt for existing, you know, versus like witchcraft. It's like, hey, how about you learn spells and, you know, try to like, you know, cast like spiritual energy, curses, or
You can either
blessings.
say Wingardium Leviosa, or you can say "Press be thy father holy something whatever." No, that's not as fun.
Yeah, so like it's a funny duality where it's like there's a smug supremacy idea in Christendom because I think they're the only right thing, but then they're afraid of every fucking thing when it's like, but I thought everything's fake and non-existent, so why are you afraid of anything? But yeah, there's like this fear that people will pull away from the faith because I think deep down they know it's like this is not fucking appealing. Like if you're a real Christian, really digging deep, following the rules, like it's abstaining from everything, you know.
I'd love for Christians to like, you know, summon God, and they're like, God, can you like be cool? Can you like do something? Can you do something cool?
I mean, there's a lot of great perseverance in the ideology. There's a fortitude you can gather from it. But yeah, like reading things like this where you get like, you know, a warning about a Roman historical set film and they're warning about pagan reference. It's like, that's why, even if they don't realize it, that's why, because like any other religion is more appealing because however much they might account for like sin and sorrow, whatever, like it's more even killed in other religions versus like real Christendom is, you know, it's an idea of like very few people can walk the path to heaven, you know, because there's so many distractions from righteousness. And in some ways, I think it's a good idea. But yeah, it's not, you know, a logical person like this is not appealing, you know. It's why it's hard to convert people in the modern day. It's like, I can just be a good person, you know, like the kind of moral relativism. It's more appealing. Yeah. That's why it's seeped into Western Christendom. It's why you get woke, fucking fake Catholic women priests and all these weird variants, Reformation shit. So it's just it's funny to see being outside of it now. All right, so dominant worldview and other worldview content or elements. Strong moral worldview supports liberty and general Republican lowercase virtues against imperial tyranny, such as plus a Christian character as a former gladiator, become a physician who binds up the gladiators and befriends the hero and speaks about forgiveness and salvation in one scene. With some Roman paganism, hedonism, and hero has dreams of his recently dead wife getting on the boat with the ferryman to the afterlife, and the evil twin emperors dressed effeminately, and another villain jokes about having been with men as well as women in one scene. Foul language, 2 D words. One is old-fashioned.
Well, so dick or damn or dyke?
I don't know.
Or which D word? I don't know. I can kind of think of quite a few D words.
It shall not be named.
I don't know what it is if you don't say it.
Some very strong. They write these poorly. Some very strong, such as a bloody beheading in the arena, and lots of strong violence, such as lots of sword fighting. Gladiators fight off a bunch of vicious baboons. Roman
person
Armada
must have been really tired writing this article. Like,
Roman Armada storms a walled city with lots of war violence.
Another lot. That's like the 10th time they said lots of.
Woman shot with an arrow and plunges off wall.
There's lots of blood
onto sandy and rocky beach. Like this is unnecessary detail.
Lots of rocks and sand.
It's very important. Like Oh, well, if there wasn't a lot of rocks and sand, it'd be okay for your kids to see.
This
But
is
there's a lot of
enti-
rocks and sand.
This is
in
an
that
entirely different scene if you remove the rocks and sand.
Many people hit with arrows. Gladiators fight off another gladiator riding a large charging rhinoceros. Gladiators fight a sea battle in the Colosseum, bloody murder, etc.
Okay.
Sex. No sex scenes, but the evil twin emperors dress feminine and other villain jokes about having been with men. Nudity. Some upper male nudity images in battle scenes and gladiator scenes. Alcohol use. Some wine drinking. No smoking or drugs, and revenge, but it's overcome by forgiveness and sacrifice. Gambling on gladiator battles.
I wish these guys would rate non-Christian movies to.
Well, they
like,
are. This
how-
is a non. This is
Well,
just
no.
a Hollywood film.
Well, I get, you know what I mean. Like, let's say they did one where they curse a lot and there's a lot of violence. And,
Ooh, I wonder if they got Django Unchained on here.
yeah, like, Django Unchained by this person. Use of curse words 900 times.
-4. Woohoo! They even did an article. Give Django an NC-17 rating.
Don't say that one for next week. That's next week's one.
I just want to see what they say about it. So it's
No,
live
it's,
on
it's
sex,
tempting. It's tempting.
but it's heavy on language, violence, and nudity. Wait, was there nudity in Django?
I think it maybe like was there a slave that was naked, or
Did they show like any titties?
I don't remember.
I remember like
Watch it.
there's like shirtless Mandingo fighters.
Was there a chick? Was there like just a chick that was naked for some reason? I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, his wife's naked because they're torturing her, throwing her in a hot box for like a week, and so they pull her out naked.
Yeah, I figured there was something.
That's not like
I don't typically think, oh, she's naked though. Like when there's something like that, it's like
intentional blasphemy, evil, gross immorality, and or worldview problems to be avoided.
For next week, Angus, not this time. No, save your urges.
This is fucking great.
Save your urges. This is a segment now. Christian reviews of movies.
Huh? Someone needs to make me like.
Do they have one for The Hangover? Or like stuff like that? Maybe?
I
can't think of a lot of movies on the top of my head right now, but that would be pretty funny.
They got all 3 hangovers. All right,
dude.
These Christians.
This is great.
All
Okay, now
3.
Okay, now this is a good
Hat
site.
trick.
I thought
-4.
if it was just Christian movies, I'd be like, well, how am I supposed to have seen all these movies? But okay, no, normal movie. Like, do they Planet of the Apes?
Huh?
Sure,
Okay,
they
that'd be interesting.
what they'd say about that, or what's sex about that, or something.
Which Planet of the Apes you want to look at?
Let's do the
Rise?
Or Rise. Sure, Rise. That's fine.
-1.
Yeah,
they gave -4 to Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
What?
This will be a segment. We do like 2 or 3 per show or something. Like, that'd be hilarious. We can go through their little reviews.
It's got let me see. Intentional blasphemy, evil, gross immorality, and or worldview problems.
Are they going to say that the apes are black people or something in the summary? Who knows? You're sneaking too much of a peek, Angus. Got to save this content. Got to save the content.
This is just wow. They got a
There's
lot
a big
to say
one on.
about
This is, oh my god, Liz! Looking at the scroll tab.
God shall strike thee down, Mark Wahlberg,
Jeez.
for your immorality, gross immorality.
Not just regular immorality, gross immorality.
That is hilarious.
You could go into super hell now with that one.
There's a safe filter. I just turned on the safe filter. What does that even do?
Just block the covers?
Oh no, I can't turn it off now. This
Maybe
is a
I'll
trick. This is a trick. They did Nosferatu.
Maybe you refresh the page or something.
Yeah, that was my thought. Let's see if it goes back off. That's a weird trick. Turn on and off. Let's see if I have it. Okay, it's off again. Okay,
good. can't have that happen again. You can miss out on some gold here.
Oh, this is so beautiful. I
Yeah,
fucking love
segments for later. Save that tab. Favorite that website or whatever.
Yes.
Yes. That'll be fun. And if we do action Bible readings that we can record or something, play this clips. We got the Christian. It'll be a very religious podcasting. You'll detract. Thank you from being sent from the Lord to detract. We'll be doing action Bible readings and look at Christian reviews, which is pretty funny.
These people think, again, this just reiterates my point. These people are like, America needs to turn back to God. The West needs Christianity front and center to save the West. And it's like, you're here because of Christianity, because people always fall into this weird idea of like hiding from art or hating art. That's why the Catholic Church, and I don't know a lot about Orthodoxy with preserving art, but they're kind of hand in hand historically. Catholic Church is great because they preserved great works of pagan art and foreign and whatever. If you had like more modern variants, like the Puritans and shit, the Pilgrims, all these weird Protestants, they would just find this and burn it. They'd be no different than the fucking Muslims blowing up Buddha statues in Afghanistan. Because like, oh, that was offensive to whatever. And it's like, but this is art, like these are expressions of humanity. I may not agree with it, but that's why like Bishop Barron's a cool reviewer, because he'll like Shape of Water is like a sexual, it's not really explicit depicting, but it's a very sexually coded love story of a woman and a creature from the Black Lagoon creature. And it's Guillermo del Toro is kind of infamously like anti-Catholic, but you got this Catholic bishop reviewing adult film, not sex films, not porn, but viewing adult themed non-Christian Hollywood films and giving them their due, giving them well-rounded insight, because these guys, when they become priests, they're not like cloistered and just reading their Hugbox books that they made. They read atheist philosophy. They read all sorts of things that counter their faith. And through that, especially when you're getting to like PhD level research, like they're exposing themselves to arguments against their faith. That's the depth. That's why I give Catholicism a lot of credit,
which would probably make them stronger to argue for their faith.
Right. So if you're a priest, you just logically have had to wrestle with your faith to even get credentialed to have your role, versus Protestants, generally speaking, the average preacher has at best a bachelor level education, maybe a master's, and it's probably in their specific religion course or whatever, coursework. And so it's like very sanitized. And again, Protestantism doesn't make sense historically, because they have to tell a narrative post Bible. At some point, like the Bible stops narratively for like the history of these post Jesus teachers for the religion. All right. So they have to tell a story of like, yeah, there was Jesus and his apostles, and they evangelized, and they got followers that carried on the next generations. And then they have to basically just like tell a giant gap of time, and then their faith pops up at the earliest, like 1550. And so they have to make a narrative. I don't know what that is for each one, but they have to make some sort of narrative to be like, oh, well, like, yeah, Catholics or Orthodox are there for like 1,000 years or more. And they were wrong this whole time. And then we popped up, even though we're using the Bible based on what they compiled in the first place, that came 300 years after Jesus. So like church history, Christian history relies on a tradition that is older than the Bible. So that's where it's like you get this fallacy of like Bible only Christianity. It's literally retarded because it's not, it's just historically dishonest, you know, even if you don't want to be Catholic or whatever, like it makes no sense narratively. And that's what's funny. So that's like why post-Christian I still lean in the arguments with like the Catholic view that I was, you could say, raised with, but I wasn't born into. We converted, so I had to go to the adult classes. Some of it, of course, is over my head, but I think I retained a lot more than the average kid that would have been stuck there. So I was just interested, especially looking at like Protestant dialogues and stuff with this stuff, where it's just like these people could not function in a crusade like the Catholics did.
Yeah.
So pussy. Like, you're not going to get a warrior class from this. You need a movie guide place to like tell you about the boogeyman immorality of a narrative in a movie. Like, you're pussies. It's like really baffling. Like, how do you function? You're just scared of everything. Why aren't you in a commune or something? Like, hide.
No, but we're not communists.
That's Last of Us. That's why the Amish make more sense in that regard. It's like, yeah, they're like scared of the world. Everything's a fucking vice and evil and English. So they just build fences and live within that. Like, because that makes sense.
They learned from the Amish. They built the wall and kept their problems out. Look at them. They're fine. It existed all the time.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else you want to talk about, Ricky?
No.
Interesting.
Yaira Tasket.
Well, I hope you all have an isotomic. I was trying to make that like a.
I'm not.
Horrific day. Like,
I'm not. I'm not.
Thank you all for joining or watching the replay. Be sure to hit the like, all that good stuff. Appreciate you being here. Consider becoming a member, supporting the channel. Help us fund another year of StreamYards for full access. Be here with you every week. And see you next. Yeah. I'm off Thursday. And it's daytime. So see you next week. Possibly sooner. Might see you after the Eagles game this Sunday. Maybe hang out with Rich. Richard Embry talked about his comic, his sequel, Blood and Sword. Wish would have thought of that earlier. Would have at least shielded a little bit today. It's good as always. Hang out with you and the Rookie Critic. Take care. Go sub to Katie, great mod and friend of the channel, and sub, of course, to the Rookie, the Critic. I think you've been making content or have stuff in the works.
I got stuff cooking. I'm gonna probably release a video on like Tuesday. First one of the batch.
Nice. Well, again, thank you. Appreciate it. See you around, maybe in the chat somewhere. Farewell.